Welcome or welcome back. My name is Joe, and in today's pick a card reading, we are going to do How Do Others View You? Okay, so as you can see, we have three beautiful piles. For pile number one, we have this pretty flower charm. I couldn't tell you specifically what kind of flower that is, but we're just gonna keep going. Alright, and then for pile number two, we have this bee charm. Alright, and then for pile number three, we have... Oh, that was pretty cool. I just went back. Pile number three, we have the unicorn. That was really cool. Like, what were the odds that that shit would just bounce right back where it's like... Alright, okay, so timestamps will be listed down below. I'll see you guys at your pile. Pause and meditate if you need to, of course. And timestamps will be listed down below, and I'll see you guys at your pile. Alrighty, pile number one. For those of you that chose number one or this lovely flower charm, we're gonna find out. We're gonna be nosy bitches because that's what we do here. Because why the fuck not? I mean, let's be realistic though. These are other people's opinions of you, so it doesn't have to ring true. It's just how they view you, okay? This is just for fun, so don't take it so seriously. I do want to say though that the first thing that came to my mind with this charm is, alright, so I'm having a brain fart, like how I want to say this message. If you guys watched the original Little Mermaid, the Disney version, the cartoon version, there's a scene where she's picking the petals, and like it reminds me of like when you're like younger, you're like, they say like, you pick a petal, he loves me not, he loves me not. So I'm getting that vibe for some of you, that I wouldn't be surprised if you're very attractive or you attract a lot of potential partners. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I was getting with this. And very pretty, because you picked the flower, and flowers are very pretty. They're very beautiful. Alright, so I just want to say that this is going to be a long one. I mean, I think every video I've done has been kind of long for each pile. But this one is like extra long because I pulled way more cards than I usually do. I tried to stick to a certain amount of decks. This time I went pretty far out, like all out there, trying to get as much tea as possible because, you know, why the fuck not? So I went ahead and pre-pulled and pre-shuffled, and it's going to be a nice fat stack, so let's get into it. We're going to start with the tarot as usual and then branch out into the oracle that we got. Okay? Alright, so to start off with, we have the Emperor in reverse. Dun, dun, dun. We have Justice in reverse. Oh, yeah. You know what? Before I forget, let me say it right now, because it came back to me again. That song by The Weeknd, Save Your Tears. I think Ariana Grande sings with him too, that song. Or a version of that song. Anyways, that song came to my mind. Specifically the line that said, I don't know why I run away. I'll make you cry when I run away. That specifically is like what keeps playing in my head, is the chorus of the song. Okay, so you may have a tendency to be flighty, or this could be lovers or people that you've dealt with that had this energy. Okay, and this is perspective of other people that see this within you, or like maybe they saw things play out or pan out in a certain way, like, you know, like people that you grew up with, you know. Just be open-minded to how things can be like interpreted. Okay. Whew. So Emperor reversed, Justice reversed. We have the Lovers. We have the Eight of Wands, and then we have the Ace of Wands. And then for back of the deck energy, we have the Ten of Wands. Okay. Like, she's got a flower, too. That's cool. It's a different type of flower, but it's still a flower. Hey. Okay. All right. So, let's get into it. All right. So, right away, the first thing I notice with this is the opposition of the Aries and the Libra. Okay. And we also have Gemini here in the mix. So, whatever zodiac signs I do talk about, they could be your signs or significant placements that you have, but they don't have to be. So, just saying. All right, so some of you could have Aries and Libra or Gemini significant placements. All right, so I want to say the message that was coming across with this Emperor reverse is you could be passive. All right. I'm getting the vibe that some of you could be very passive. Like, you're not one to, like, how do I want to say this? Some people view you as someone who has, like, for some of you, some people don't think you have no structure at all. You have no self-discipline. For others of you, it can go as, like, oh, you're very passive. You allow others to, maybe take advantage of you, or you have in the past at some point. With the Justice in reverse, some of you may feel like, I like how there's, like, this dualisticness. Why is this giving me Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde vibes? Maybe it's because she's green. I don't know. Cause I was Jekyll, Hyde. Okay, sorry. Yeah, not sorry, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, yeah. It's kind of giving me, like, Glinda, and then, like, the Wicked Witch. because her skin's green. Okay. Yeah. For some of you, okay, because with that Lovers card, the Lovers, for some of you, this is, these are past lovers that are coming through in the reading, or people that have, been romantically involved with you. For others of you, it doesn't even have to be romance. I would say for a big portion of you, a lot of lovers are coming through to give their, like, little 2 cents here. But there's this dualisticness within you. There's this one version of you, but on the flip side, like, you have a very kind, loving aspect to you, but you can be just as, like, evil. Like, equally. Like, as kind and loving and open as you can be very nasty if you want to be. You can play both sides. Some people may view you as someone who is not truthful or honest, with the Justice being in reverse. This could also be you not, with the message with the Emperor, of the passiveness. This can also even be, like, an indication of, like, you not being fair to yourself. Okay. Now, like I was saying with the Lovers, I kind of jumped into the Lovers when I brought up when I was talking about this one. There is, like, there's a dualisticness about you. There's many aspects and sides of you. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are Geminis in this, or an air sign just in general for that matter, in this pile. It's kind of going along with the message I was getting with the charm. Yeah, like, I did say that what I was getting with the charm was what was I saying again? I said it earlier in the my brain's moving really fast, guys, so I'm sorry. So give me a second. Let me try to slow down. The he loves me not. She loves me not kind of vibe. So it's like, you're either with it or you're not with it. You're either with them or you're not with them. It's like they're that dualisticness. Like, some of them can't figure out whether or not which team are you playing for? Like, with like, her looking all, like, I don't want to say good and evil, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a dualisticness of you. That not everybody fully understands. Yeah, because you probably not even let them in, to be honest. With the 8 of Wands, That could be the energy that I'm picking up on too, because like I want to like get it out. I want to say, I want to talk fast. So you guys could be quick, fast talkers, quick witted, or you just, there is a lot of like, you're talkative for sure for some of you. Um, you just have a lot of like information that you just want to like get out to people. I think it's, but I feel like with the purple here, there's like, you're very intuitive, you're very smart, you have a lot to share, you have a lot of sweet, like the sweetness is like you have a lot to share with others, in regards to like all kinds of different aspects. Honestly, we have like 3 cards that indicate the fire, like we got fire energy with the Aries here, and then we got all this wand energy. I would say this is a very highly intuitive group. But I haven't read for the other piles, but definitely strong intuition with the purple. I mean, she's over here holding a crystal ball. And then we got a cat. The cat can indicate, you know, intuition. I want to say also, I have messages in regards to this one. But you guys have a lot of surge of energy, I would say, for the most part. It's a very energetic pile. Very on the go kind of energy. I feel like you guys like to start new projects, start new things, unite, but you could be very protective of those things as well. So you may be fearful of sharing that, or even like you might do this behind like closed doors, or like just do it for yourself. But there's a lot of energy here of potential, okay? And with the Ten of Wands, these people have watched you undergo some hardship. They have watched you go through some trifling lessons. The people that view you, they know that you've gone through some hardships. They know. They can tell. Then these hardships even have transformed you, or some of them have watched you transform, because keep in mind, these could be all kinds of people that you've grown up with. These could be family members. These could be your neighbors, like people that barely know you but see you. They can see that you've gone through some stuff, but they see that you're very strong and capable of overcoming of such hardships. But you've definitely transformed significantly through these hardships. Okay, so you've learned some tough, valuable lessons here. Pile number 1. Okay. Alrighty, so let's go a little bit more further in. I have pulled this deck out to get some astrological signs and planetary placements that may be significant. Alright, so we have 12th house, surrender. Okay, I'm gonna try to read these as fast as I can. I feel like y'all like spit it out already. Let's get to the point. You guys could be a little impatient. I wouldn't be surprised if you were. Alright, so we have subconscious mind, compassion, dreams, karma, forgiveness, baggage, trance states, the unseen, healing, spiritual development, guilt, prayer, and Akashic records. And see, we got like a dualistic, like that kind of gave me like the what is this called? The Lovers vibe. I don't know why it did, but it did. Now I'm hearing that stupid commercial. Lovers Lane. Okay, so I'm telling you, there's definitely a lot of lovers here. Past lovers, people that you have been intimate with, showing up in the reading, for sure. Okay, so Leo, the lover. So funny. Alright. Expressive, creative, loving, playful, warm, overt, self-confident, flirtatious, glowing, bedazzling. I don't know why that word looks like bedazzling. Okay. Alright. Extroverted, vital, guileless, egotistical, juicy, proud, trusting, and excessive. Alrighty. So. That's interesting. So, what I'm getting... Okay, so obviously, whatever zodiac signs you see me pull out here. These could be your signs, of course. You may have some significant planets in the houses if any more other houses come up. I have not seen all the cards. I have not seen any of the cards, actually. So, yeah. So, excuse me. Sorry. Right. So, anyways, what I wanted to say, what I think is interesting is I always find it interesting when I put the cards on where they put the cards. And they always usually correlate in some weird way to me. With the 12th house, with the Emperor, with the message that I was getting earlier with the Emperor of like being passive, you may be working through that and letting go of that. There is subconscious mind, there is a subconscious belief, maybe it's something you picked up on that, that kept you safe, growing up. I feel like you may have dimmed your light for some people. Some people probably have seen that you've dimmed your light to be safe or to feel safe. I do feel like that there are, like, we do have the karma, and then we have we have that hardship as back of the deck energy. There's just, you maybe have been worked through, or we're working through, or are, apply it to how it resonates for you. But there may have been, the people have watched you work through some karmic lessons. Some really harsh stuff. All right, I'm not gonna lie for that. I'm not gonna lie about that. Pile number one. There is, with the spiritual development, with the transformation, with the butterflies. Okay, and then with the Leo being right on top of the Justice, I definitely feel like some of you definitely had others make you feel small or tried to dim your light, and there was just like an unfair, unjust. Why does that? Her eyebrow looks like so weird. I was like, did like somebody like color this? Why would somebody color this? I don't know, but like, no, it's not. That's how her eyebrow looks. It looks weird. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Okay, so you might have an eye for aesthetics, honestly. Pile number one. For me to be pointing out something so like minute to that. And we got flowers here again. Okay, so I want to say that some of you might even smell good. For sure. Okay, so I would say that there has been some unjust things and experiences that have happened to you, and others have witnessed it. For others of you that have not, like, if they haven't witnessed it, they can tell, based on like your expression or how you, maybe you voiced out about it. Maybe you've talked about it with others, but this is how they view you. So I would say that some of these people have seen unjust things happen to you. But you've managed. You were able to overcome that hardship and transform and become even stronger, honestly. Alright, so let's get some more. We have semi-sextile, allowing. Alright. Encourages, sees the potential in, clarifies, gives hope to, compensates, intuits, tempers, responds, cycles, grows, realizes, and rewards. Why did that sound like... That sounded like a character from a show that I watched. Alright, so, okie dokie. Alright, so these people have watched you've grown. How do they view you? They view you as a star. They see, I'm getting star quality. I mean, we do have the love. I was going to say the love. That's not what the lovers mean. It's because I went to go say Leo and I saw the word lover. Alright, so there's like this star quality within you. I feel like with the allowing, with the gives hope too. You give hope to others who are dealing with hardship. That they're, if I could watch pile one go through that and overcome that, then I think I can handle what I'm going through. Like, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting for this pile. I feel like with the tempers, you may even, have learned how to temper your emotions, how to not get so reactive. Definitely, they watched you go through cycles and growth. I mean, some of those messages are starting to repeat. We have Chiron in healing. All right. And this says healing powers growth. There we go again. And we got more flowers again. That's interesting. All right. Release, personal development, inherited issues, self-doubt, generational trauma, shame, sensitivity, forgiveness. We have forgiveness twice. Superpowers, divinity, cleansing, softness, and pain. Yeah, with that crying eye, I was kind of like looking at that crying eye after I mentioned the flowers. These people have watched you go through some really horrendous things. They even watched you like work through like self-doubt. They watched you release these things, or work through them. Some of you may even like, I'm getting like the word therapist is coming through. So, that may not apply for everybody. So they may, this could even be like a therapist that like helps you work through these things or helps you, of course that's not going to apply to everybody, but, I really feel like that you've learned to embrace your sensitivity, to release the projection of others had put onto you. This really made you a lot stronger. Pile number 1. All right. And then we have Mercury, communication. Words, thoughts, analysis, information, learning, trade, ideas, smarts, reporting, awareness, vision, lens, palette, perception, curiosity, narrative, muse, and wonder. Gemini does rule Mercury. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe some of you have, a strong mercurial placement. So maybe like Mercury in Gemini, Mercury in Virgo, because that's Mercury is ruled by those signs. Don't have to be though, but like I want to say that maybe some of your communication style has changed and you've like learned how to communicate better. We did have opposition. I don't know if I brought that up with the sister signs here with the Aries and Libra. So there is lots of opposition here. So you probably did deal with a lot of haters, a lot of setbacks, a lot of, there could even be opposition in your communication. But for the most part, like with this centering, the center of the reading, they watched you grow. Now, this is interesting because back in the deck energy, we have square, which is a challenge aspect. Creates tension, stalls, sounds alarm, motivates, pressures into, frustrates, demands, struggles, reorients, hurts, work out, and reconciles. This is a challenging aspect. It's one of the most challenging aspects besides opposition. I mean, there are, there's levels of aspects. There's, I think inconjunctions are pretty difficult to deal with as well, but I would say the square and opposition are probably the two hardest. So you may have a lot of significant squares or oppositions in your natal chart. That is also a possibility. But I just find it interesting that your back of the deck energy is hardship and challenges. People watched you overcome challenges and transform from those challenges. And yeah, like you're really strong, Pawan. You may not even realize it or feel like that because over time your confidence had been like, because of unfair situations have altered your way of seeing yourself. All right. Oh my goodness, we're not even. Man, jeez Louise, I have no idea how long this reading is gonna be. I still have so many cards to go through. This is just so okay. All right, I'm just gonna try to. I said that earlier, and I still. All right, whatever. See, you see what I mean? You see what I mean, guys? All right, so we have child magical. Light attributes, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Shadow attributes, pessimism, depression, and the belief in disbelief. What the heck am I saying? And disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. We got the flowers too. This is interesting. How many do I got? I got 4. Okay. That is interesting. Yeah, like with the passive message, you guys may have how do I want to say this? Gotten into relationships because of potential. Excuse me. Sorry, I needed a sip. Yeah. And then on the flip side, you may have fallen into, you may even go from one extreme where you're very optimistic to being super pessimistic, from going from one extreme to another. Okay. We have Virgin. Okay. Light attribute, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. And shadow attribute, fear of intimate union. Okay. So obviously some of you could, I would say some people may have some of these people grew up with you and watched you grow. But they also, I want to say a pure heart for you guys. They see that you're very loving and you have a big heart. You have a lot of love to give. And because of the experiences you had, you may be a little afraid. You may be closed off a little bit, or you may be a little guarded. All right. So then we have feminine. I don't even know how to say this word. Whatever. All right. Anyways, I'm just gonna read. Light attributes highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. Opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Shadow attributes inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. Okay, so I would say that, for some of this group, I would say that you're very attractive, very sensual, so they look at you in a very sexual way. I mean, I did mention that I wouldn't be surprised if this group was very attractive, whether you guys see this or not. Now, some of you may even used your sexuality, or you used it to your advantage at some point. For some people, they've seen that. For others, they've watched you reject other people. I would, yeah. I'm hearing that song, Heartbreaker, you got the best of me. I wouldn't say, some people see you as a heartbreaker. But that doesn't mean you're out here going out. For some of you it could be, but I'm seeing because you have such a big heart, you may hurt people's feelings when you reject them. You can't be everybody's cup of tea. You can't be there for everybody. You're not the one for everybody. You know what I mean? Okay, so last but not least, we have the Hermit. Light attributes, seek solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. Shadow attributes, withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. Okay, so you may, I want to say, because with these two right here and with the Chiron, I want to say that some of you may have had some tough experiences that made you hermit yourself away. You may have had to heal yourself and go within to heal those aspects, and you may have taken some time. You know, some people, if people are seeing that you're very, like, you could be introverted with this pile. Um, but there's like this, they see that you've like went to like work on yourself in some way, shape, or form. Um, some of you may even communicate about your, you know, the things that you've learned and experienced so that you can help others. Back of the deck energy, I think it's kind of funny. You guys got Trickster, Light Attribute, Transcending Convention, Stuffiness, and Predictable Behavior. Shadow Attribute, Manipulating Others through Duplicity. I think it's funny that we got Trickster, and the reason why I think it's funny is because you have the Gemini energy, and Gemini energy is very kind of, it, you know, it gets a rep of being dualistic and having a multiple personalities, flip-flop behavior. There's just multiple dimensions, like multiple signs of Gemini. I'm focused on the magician, that he's a magician. Or she, whatever. Picture. I don't know. But, you may manipulate things to be perceived a certain way. And they've watched you do this, maybe through communication. Very clever, very good with your words. So you could be very charming. Alright, so moving along, we have, this is the T deck. Let's find out. Alright, we have Running. That's kind of funny because I did mention that song, I'll make you cry. Wait, I don't know why I run away. Alright, so some people can see that you may run away. Maybe you guys are athletic and you guys are a track star. She's a runner, she's a track star. I don't even know where that comes from. Alright, anyways, but, okay, on the flip side, you may run away from things because it's too much to bear, and you maybe you withdraw to go within. We have wasting time, stuck, no changes, and limited. So some people see you wasting your time. Some people think you're, they view you as stuck. They see that you're stuck in a cycle. They're, you spent a lot of time on one lesson and haven't learned from that lesson. Okay. Just apply the message as needs. You don't have, these are just people's opinions of you. So, you know, opinions are like buttholes. Opinions are like assholes. We all have one. Okay. Alright, we have unbothered. So you're clearly unbothered. Yeah. And then we have moving on. Thank you. Next. Ain't that like a, I don't really listen to the most like newest songs of music, so forgive me. But ain't that like an Ariana Grande song? So that might resonate for you. And then I'm hearing, didn't she have like a song where she goes, yes, and something like that. I'm hearing that yes, and like, and what? I'll make you cry when I run away. And then we got traveling, like moving away. Alright, and then we have scarcity tactics. You're not playing checkers. Pile 1. You're playing chess. You're very strategic. For sure. Back of the deck energy, we have obsessive lover, dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessiveness, and karmic. So some people view you as okay, so like they've seen you been in unhealthy relationships with others. Whether you're the obsessive lover or you've dealt with obsessive lovers. You know, you're gonna know how this applies to you. Definitely lots of hardship and karmic lessons that you came here to learn. So people have, you know, that, you know, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move along. Let's keep chucking along. All right, so how do others view you? Abundant. Your energy is very abundant, pile 1. You may not, they see you as value. Okay, your value. You have lots of potential. All right, and then we have faith. I got those circles. Let's see. We have peace. Hey, right on unbothered, because like you know what's funny? Because what came to my mind was contentment, and then I recognized that this card was going right on top of the unbothered card. They might feel like you're wasting your time, but you're right where you need to be, for the lessons that you're learning. All right. There is, you have a strong faith in your intuition. All right. We have anger. Okay, so you could be quick to temper. We did have temper, you know. For some of you, you could you know, at times be unbothered, and other times you can show your anger. Or this is an aspect of yourself you've worked on to reach this contentment, to reach this level of unbotheredness, or you will be. Okay, and then we have hunger. It's pretty interesting, like the array of colors that we got going on here. And oh, that's pretty cool too. We got like the cool colors here, and then we got warm colors here, and then like this neutrality right in the middle. That's so cool. Like, that's fucking cool. I'm like a little geeked out by that. Because it's kind of giving me that dualistic vibe. You maybe had to learn going from one extreme to the next. Maybe you dealt with the black and white thinking, pile 1. Back of the deck energy, we have rejection. Okay, so you definitely have had to reject a lot of people. Some people have rejected you. So some people have, how are people viewing you? That, you know, some people are afraid to come up to you because they're afraid of rejection. They're afraid that you're going to reject them because they've watched you reject others. Or on the flip side, you may feel rejected. They might see how you've been rejected or maybe outcasted within, you know, social groups or social gatherings. Apply it to how it resonates for you, of course. I feel like with the hunger and with the circle, you may have like you know, it's right on top of the Hermit card, and it's giving me the vibe of like you have a hunger for knowledge, a hunger of like understanding yourself and the spiritual, the unseen, and understanding yourself on a like spiritual level, with the Faith card being here as well. Like and it's an a hunger for knowing and understanding yourself. Okay, so moving on. That's that song. Who sings that? Is that Aaliyah? No. Wait, is that Maya? I'm hearing that song, Moving On. I'll be moving on. Moving on. I'll be moving on. Yeah, you may be like, it's almost giving me like kind of like Sagittarius vibes, but we haven't seen any Sagittarius. At least I haven't seen any Sagittarius signs yet. But you could be Sag. Maybe that resonates for you. But you definitely, like, we have the movement and walking away. So you may come and go in people's lives, and people know that you're not here to stay. Okay? All right? We have day. Decision, wholeness, and restart. Loving that yellow. Loving that, like, the dawn of a new day. I know, like, I don't know. I get, like, the most random stuff that pops up in my head, but, like, it always correlates somehow. All right, so definitely people have saw you restart. Definitely saw you come, make a decision, learn to start, and, you know, you've learned to not let this stop you from moving forward. You've learned to overcome the hardship again. All right, so we have initiative. set off, strive for, and be optimistic. So some of you definitely, I mean, look at this person obviously trying to give some flowers. Oh my goodness, the flower message again. Like, flowers are significant for this pile in some way, shape, or form. Not, flowers can represent growth, beauty, abundance, and so it, it varies from plant to plant, and the message that each plant gives. But nonetheless, yeah, you could be very optimistic, or you take the initiative to see things on the brighter side. We have second, immediately, now, hastily. I did mention that with the Eight of Wands that you guys might like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Could be impatient, could be quick-witted, could be fast talkers. There's just something about, like, you're, like, in a haste. You're quick, you're, like let's go, right? We have fire. I'm telling you, you gotta have fire signs up in this pile too. I did mention air signs, but like, look at all the wands, bro. Like, I'm just saying. All right, so enthusiasm, struggle, and hope. You may have struggled with your hope. You may have struggled in the past. They've watched you struggle. They have also seen your enthusiasm. You may be a very enthusiastic person. All right, we have sun. I'm hearing that song. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's alright. Do 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 do. Little darling, I guess I feel like, what all this like yellow going on? Like, woo. Okay, that's interesting. Oh. This like yellowish orange hue color. Solar plexus and sacral chakra vibes. Do not approach, distance, and harm. Okay, so some of you like, how do the others view you? Oh, don't approach that person. Don't approach that. They, even with the harm, they might feel like you're like a temptress or like someone that is like, you're gonna hurt. You're gonna, that song. Oh shit, that's a whole nother song. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm getting another song, but it's kind of the same thing. I was originally getting the earlier was the Mariah Carey Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker, you got the best on me. Alright, but right now I was about to say, I'm only gonna break your heart. I forgot who sings that, but I think Pitbull's in that song. I don't know, whatever. Alright, and then we have Broken. We had that Leo energy here twice. Okay, and then we got the tree with the growth. So your growth is definitely, like, a lot of people, like, if they've seen you from the beginning and they see where you are now, they've seen you grow tremendously. Alright, so we have broken, disappointment, disillusionment, and heartbreak. People have watched you get your heart broken, for sure. Yeah, definitely witnessed you be hurt, and then watched you bounce back, for sure. Wait, what? I'm trying to remember what deck that was so I can see the back of the deck energy. I cannot twist that far back, so let me see. Alright, oh, this is hilarious. We have runaway. Danger, captivity, and freedom. You may, okay. Some people view you as someone that runs away from your issues, not someone that like kind of faces them head on. You may go to retreat before conquering your issues head on. You may just be like someone who just is never attainable. All right. Another thing is you definitely, what's the word I'm looking for? You value your freedom. You value your freedom. File number 1. Alrighty. This is pretty deep, guys. I don't know. Okay, well, this is just how I am as a reader, so sorry. No, sorry. Alright, so how do others view you? We have self-love. Okay, so you definitely had to learn self-love at some point in your life. Definitely watched you Yeah, another thing is that some of you might even, I'm hearing that song Vain. You're so vain. I bet you think this song is about you, don't you? Yeah, I'm not the best singer, so, you could come for me and make fun of me all you want, but I'm still gonna have fun and sing anyway. But anyways, also, so some people might view you as vain. They might view because you're very attractive, and so they might think that because you are so attractive that you let that get to your head. I'm hearing like inflated ego, but that's just how they view you because that's probably how they would act if they got that kind of attention. I'm just saying because this is self-love. You had to. I feel like a lot of you had to learn how to love yourself because others had made you dim your light. All right, so we have too late. I mean, now that's kind of funny. I'm hearing this. It's too late to apologize. I said it's too late. Okay, so yeah, that kind of correlates again with there was a clock somewhere. Wasting time. Ooh, right there. All right, so some people may have felt like they wasted their time. Ooh, we have heartbreak. I'm telling you. All right, and we have moving on, letting go, loving you, and free. Moving on is twice. Letting go with the 12th house. And we got freedom. We have sex addiction. And then we have reckless love and sex. Okay, so yeah, we got a lot of past lovers, maybe even flings that only like saw you as like like a one-time thing or flavor of the week kind of vibe. I'm getting with that. All right, but let's be realistic. This is people. You got to mirror up. You show others what they need to work on within themselves. And so, like, they project these qualities onto you. Fuck them. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3 more decks to go, and then we're about done with the reading. Alright, so we have rejection, loss, and fragmented. I mean, this kind of correlates again with the other messages. We had rejection over here. So you definitely got rejected, either by a group of people or, multiple people individually. Or you've had to reject people. People view you as someone that's going to reject them or been rejected. You have lost significantly, but from these hardships, but you have managed to piece yourself back together. All right. Ooh, look at this. Shadow side. Moon. Dark night. I'm telling you, you guys are, like I said with this message, you guys hold a mirror up. You guys show other people as, they're... You dealt with a lot of jealous people, pile number 1. I'm just going to say it. Okay, we have confusion, Neptune, illusions. Didn't we have disillusionment in one of the other cards? It's the same vibe. Alright, so some of you, okay, how do others view you? Okay, so at one point, or at point in your life, or whenever the fuck this was, they view you as someone who is confused, unable to see the truth. You see life through rose-tinted glasses. Hence the pink colored glasses. You weren't able to see past the illusions that people gave you. Now on the other side of this, I also feel like you confuse or create confusion to certain people. You create this illusion. I'm kind of getting like Pisces rising vibes here. Interesting. With that Neptune. You could even have Neptune in the first house. Oops, it's upside down. Alright. We have fate, detours, divine intervention. Okay, so people have, you did have fate, and then you have faith, and now you have fate. Okay, so Spirit definitely has stepped in with certain people or situations. Excuse me. Oh, man. Okay. I'm awake, but like, what the heck? Alright. So, Spirit has... some people have seen divine intervention come in for you. Like, Spirit work on your behalf. Okay? Or things... you being detoured away from, like, certain people. So, like, let's say you have, like a fling, someone come in, and you're, like, hot and ready for this person, but then Spirit's like, no, the same person ain't for you, and they shoot them away, and now that person's gone, and or they pushed you away, and then these people are like, what the fuck, like, why all of a sudden they gone? I don't know, but, like, they definitely saw you get detoured in some way, shape, or form. I also want to say this, for some of you, they have watched you get detoured away from your path because of these people. And Spirit allowed this to happen so you could learn from those lessons. Alright, and we have celebration, gifts, and abundance. We have abundance twice. Your energy, your aura is very valuable. You just may have not had seen it at some point in your life or growing up, or you struggle to see it. They see that you're someone worth celebrating. They see that you have a lot to offer. They see that you have gifts, that can help other people. Yeah. You have a lot to give and offer the world. Okay. We have release, surrender, and purge. Yeah, that's that 12th house energy. So they watched you release these wounds, these projections. They watched you release and heal these shadow aspects of yourself. We have stability, harmony, and flow. Okay, so some of you could be athletic, honestly, because we did have the other girl running. Some of you could have a very in shape, lean body. Doesn't have to be, but there's a sense of you that is, how do others view you? So there's people that view you like you're someone who's in flow, someone who is stable and is able to harmonize your energy, okay, and the elements that you embody. And then we have assistants and spirit guides. Like, how freaking cool is that, guys? Like, you're definitely divinely protected for sure. With this group. Alright, so back of the deck energy, we have Pluto transformation. And she's got like I don't know if that's a butterfly or a moth, but she's got like, something right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can you see it? Alright, so, Pluto is about transformation, death, and rebirth, but it's also like, it's making you become stronger through the experiences. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Okay. Alright, so let's go on to the next deck. We have mind power. Use your intelligence, analyze data, logic, and think rationally. Lead with your mind. Okay, so I'm kind of just gonna like focus on like this like line right here of words. That communication, you could be fast, quick-witted mind, fast thinking. You could be a logical thinker. You probably need things to be logically make sense to you in order for you to fully understand something. When it comes to like energy, I think, but definitely very smart, intelligent group. We have flexibility. It's kind of like giving me that same vibe of that picture. Your ability to be flexible in any, you're adaptive, especially with that Gemini energy. I mean, even if we were like Virgo energy, that's mutable signs. You're adaptable, and you're able to, I don't know if you know, but like, what are the octopuses? There's some, I don't know if all octopus do this, but there are octopus that camouflage with their background, so you're able to like fit in like any situation. It's kind of giving me like chameleon vibes, which is the same thing, but very flexible. All right, we have guardian angel. Some higher powers protect you from difficulties and misfortunes. Trust your guardian angel. Alright, so adapt slowly by using versatility, compromise, adaptation, and change. Be flexible in your methods. Alright, so, this confirms that you're divinely protected. Now, for others of you, this is how others view you. So, for some people in your life, they view you as someone that is an angel in their life. You come in and because you've gone through the stuff that you've gone through, you're able to provide good, solid advice to others that they can use and rely on and use in their life. All right, we have star power. Didn't I say that earlier in the beginning of the read that y'all have like star quality? Okay. All right, become an influencer of the company and earn fame, popularity, step into the spotlight. Yeah, people knew this from the get-go about you guys. And because they were threatened by it, they had to like find a way to like dim you down and make you feel bad. Why did I just say it like that? Make you feel bad. Bad. Okay, anyways. We have alchemy. Guys. Using witchcraft, occult, and learning God's secrets. Transform the situation. Like, yeah, you learned how to alchemize your, for some of you, it's your pain. You've learned to alchemize that into your benefit, into your own benefit. You're very, very strong. Didn't I say I was focused on that magician? That's exactly what the magician does. That's exactly what they do. Holy moly, ravioli. That's pretty cool. Like, I'm seeing how, like, some of the messages are, like, tying together, and it's pretty cool. I just like it. All right, and then we have opportunity. New job opportunities, change of workplace, business trip. Change is coming just in time. I feel like you have so much potential, and some people probably try to steer you off course of that potential or make you not see it, and you've learned to go within and realize it for your damn self. Woohoo! Go Power One! Alright, so back on the deck energy, we have authority. It's just kind of giving me, like, look at that. It looked like the Emperor. Alright, which we had. Okay. Take on the role of a leader and everyone will respect you. Be self-confident. Yeah, I feel like all these experiences that you've been through has taught you how to like I said, like you're inspiring others, because it's like, well, if Pile 1 could go through that, then whatever I'm going through is like such lame like level of like intensity compared to theirs, and if they can manage with that, then I can manage with this. And you're setting the example and being the role model for others, whether you're aware of it or not. Kudos to you, pile number 1. So proud of you guys. All right, so final deck. Dun, dun, dun. Yay. All right. All right, so we have. Isn't she so pretty? Look at all that purple. All right. Ooh, and again, we got Northern Lights right here. Like, you're really unique and special, pile number 1. So please recognize that if you're still struggling to see that aspect of yourself. Okay. All right. So we have card number 35, which is the number 8, which also represents karma and karmic. And also spirit, spirit too. When you put the 8 into like sideways, so you got that little like infinity symbol. Okay. All right. So the white snake, understanding. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, we got that blue energy with the communication. You're able to communicate with others. You're intuitively able to pick up like how others feel and communicate in a way that's understanding, that helps them understand. And notice like the snow around her, but right where she's at, it's all grass. Not allowing the coldness of around you to make you cold. There's just like you just are a very understanding person. You understand the complexities and dualities of life, and you're just like a deep thinker. You're very intelligent and you're able to just see things because of the experiences you've had. All right, so we have Rumpelstiltskin. We have secrets. There are things that you do keep to yourself because you know that not everybody. Maybe at one point you were very open, and you had to learn over time not to be so. Not that you had to not be open, but you had to use discernment or learn discernment to protect yourself. It's almost like she's protecting her heart. She's covering her heart, but she shines through. Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. Okay, and then we have the Wild Swans. Yeah, that's card number 16, which equals a 7. Yeah, spiritual growth, understanding oneself. All right, and then we have card number, this is 42, which equals a 6. The Wild Swans, dedication. Yeah, they see how you're committed, dedicated, and committed to yourself and to your growth. Wonder if any of you guys have like 6 significant 6 house placements, but don't have to be. And then we have Rapunzel, liberation. It's giving me like Libra vibes with that word liberation. How do others view you? Very beautiful. I mean, a lot. You might get compliments on your hair, for sure. What do others view you? Your ability to liberate yourself and free yourself from the limitations that others impose on you. All right, and then back of the deck energy we have Red Riding Hood. Card number 14, which equals a 5, which is change. Rites of passage. you took the beast and became friends with them. It's like almost like they threw you to the wolves and you came back as the leader, like the pack leader. The leader of the pack. For real though, they literally threw you to the wolves as like thinking you were just gonna like be passive and allow that shit to happen, but instead you rose and you came back leading the pack. Straight the fuck up like that. I can't say that any more perfect. Okay, well, this is what I have for you, pile number 1. Let me know down below how it resonates for you. This may be things, just keep in mind that these are things that not everybody is going to vocalize and some people will, and not everybody is going to be like, oh my god, not everybody tells you, some people say, yeah, you inspire me, and some other people, they keep that stuff to themselves. But this is how others view you. You don't always have to take everything that they say, but let me know if any of that does resonate for you. I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful day, and I hope I see you guys in the next video. Bye! Hello, pile number 2. For those of you that felt drawn to the number 2, or this lovely bee charm, this is going to be a reading on how others view you. So just keep in mind, this is supposed to be for fun. These are other people's opinions, so, just so you know, everybody has an opinion. Doesn't mean we have to take it in. Opinions are like assholes, and everyone's got one, right? So, I do want to say that I did pre-shuffle to make this go along faster, and it's not going to be a fast reading. This is going to be a long reading. I pulled a lot of different decks, more than usual, so pile 1's reading was for like an hour, so get ready to chill, play this in the background while you clean, while you do your thing. Alright. That's interesting that I said that, because I didn't say that for pile number 1. I just said, like, hey, this might be a long reading. Because look at the stack. We got a nice fat stack, But, like, y'all, with this bee charm, y'all could be very workaholics, hard workers. Productiveness is important to you. So, you may be the type of person that is going to listen to this reading while simultaneously clean your room or clean your house or, you know, do the dishes, whatever it may be for you. All right, doing some laundry. I don't know, you know, while you work. I don't know. Now I'm hearing that song from the from Snow White, "Whistle While You Work." Song. God, it's been so long since I've watched that movie. I don't even know how the lyrics go for that song. I just hear "whistle while you work," then you hear the whistle tune, which I might not be remembering very vividly. Whatever. Anyways, yeah. I also want to say that you guys might also um, are able to create sweet results for yourself and others. And I also want to say possibly with this bee charm also is you understand that life can sting sometimes. Okay? All right. So let's get into it. We're going to start with the tarot and then we're going to branch off into the other decks that I got. So, let's see. Oh, wait, I did it backwards. Sorry. Alright, we have the Six of Pentacles. I grabbed the wrong card. I wanted to make sure I grabbed them in order, and I did it backwards. See, look at that. So you might even like things to be in order or things to be done in a way that you deem is correct. You may see things. You may be practical, pile number 2. You might see things in a practical way. All right. So we have the Six of Pentacles. We have you are one, authenticity. Alright, and then we have the Queen of Wands with determination. And then we have the Eight of Swords with imprisonment. And then we have this lovely card with the King of Wands of leadership. I really feel like the color scheme of this card goes really well with the bee charm, because obviously bees are black and yellow. Okay. Alright. I think it's beautiful that we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, along with this authenticity. And then she's right next to the Queen of Wands. Some of you could be Aries with the ram horns being here. Some of you could be Leos. Don't have to be, but yeah. Alright, so back of the deck energy, we do have the Moon, concealment. Interesting. You guys could be a Cancer or have significant Cancer placements. Not everything will resonate specifically for each and every one of you, so just keep that in mind. Just be open to how the message relates to you. Alright, so alright. I feel like that this is going to kind of get me to like bounce around a little bit here and there. Definitely people see you as very generous, of course, with that Six of Pentacles. There is an importance of give and take here. So you tend to show gratitude when it's necessary to those it's necessary. You may be the type to give without hesitation or obligation. But you're also open to receiving equally. So yeah, I would say you're a pretty balanced person. So people see you as balanced, very open, very generous, very giving. Whether this is through verbal communication or actual wealth or like your time and energy, your love. I feel like you tend to be the person that like you're willing to put in the work so long as the other person's willing to put in the work. Yeah, because we also got like the feminine and masculine energy here. And see, I really see, so people see that you're pretty balanced or you're working on balancing your feminine and masculine energies. There may have been some things that have, in like way of thinking, have entrapped you and imprisoned you or delayed you, made you false beliefs or false narratives. I want to say with the moon being as back of the deck energy, there's just some subconscious beliefs that have kept you entrapped, kept you imprisoned. Focused on these birds right here. Birds of a feather. I'm getting like mental. Your way of thinking may have blocked you from stepping into your true potential at some point. Another thing is like I'm like just chirping, birds chirping. So people might talk about you a lot, might communicate about you. And I want to say with this being the moon is these are things that you're not seeing, things that you don't know or are aware of. All right. So people see that you're true. You're not. I mean, if that was in reverse, then I would say that you're not really like being your true self. You're kind of hiding your true self. That you're pretending to be someone you're not. But with it being upright, it's giving me the vibe that you're very accepting for who you are. You're very self-aware. You're aware of your flaws. Physical, emotional, mental, big or small, you're aware of it all. I like how that rhymed. That was pretty cool. Very intuitive. We do have the moon here, and then the moon here. There's just like, you're very intuitive. Your intuition is very usually on point. So if you ever like have predictions or predicted anything at some point, or saw things through people, and other people are aware that you have this ability, but you embodied both the divine. I mean, we all embody divine masculine and feminine energy, but I think you've worked hard to balance those two out. When I think about the bees, the worker bees are usually male bees, and they work for the queen bee. Okay. Alright, so there's just a lot of things that they talk about. They talk about you without you noticing, without you knowing. There's a lot of talk behind your back. Alright. You may have outdated thinking or outdated thoughts, or sorry, outdated belief systems that you had to work through to expand your mind, to liberate and free yourself from, that may have been oppressed or conditioned you growing up. Alright, so we're going to tap into get some. I'm having a brain fart, man. Sheesh. I feel like you might intimidate other people. Like, people feel like they have to say the right thing to you, otherwise, like, you might, like, they might think you might, like, call them out or something. But I'm going to get some astrological signs. These could be signs. These could be houses. We're just going to see what pulls out, because I don't even know what... I haven't even seen the cards, okay? Pile number... This is pile number 2. Oh my goodness. We have second house. Assets. Alright. Material world. Possessions. Finance. Talent. Values. Solidity. Worthiness. Wardrobe. Luxuries. Credit score. Security. And aesthetics. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. The first thing that came to my mind was the song Material Girl by Madonna. I'm a material girl. Living in a material world. Okay, for sure. I mean, you guys are hard workers. What do others talk about you? Your value, your possessions. And like I said, with the worthiness, people, with the worthiness being here, people feel like they gotta, like, I feel like people are intimidated by you, Pal, because you are a valuable person and you provide value to other people, and they might not feel like they can even, like, compete, or, like, maybe compete's not the right word, but, like, they can't. I feel like they compare themselves to you, and, like, they feel inadequate, so, like, they feel like they um I don't know, there's just, like, this sense of intimidation here, when it comes to this pile. Maybe it's your work ethic, or it's just you. We have 10th house, reputation. All right, career, responsibilities, achievement, competence, fame, notary, standing, authority figure, legacy, purpose, pinnacle, patriarchy, and empire. Yeah, you have, like, you have a reputation for sure of being a hard worker. It's pretty interesting. We got, like, if you look, we got, like, 2 chairs of, like, royalty, and then we have, like, divine counterparts. Maybe some of you are in a relationship with your divine counterpart, and people talk about that. They see that, but if you're not, that's okay. It just kind of confirms more about the divine, feminine and masculine energy that you balance after you liberated yourself. You had undergone some type of liberation, maybe dark night of the soul, something where you better understood yourself and your value and your place in this world. Definitely a hard worker. I think I mentioned that already. All right, we have 3rd house. Interesting. Perception. Speech, thoughts, social media, excursions, dating, siblings, research, street life, circulation, discussion, surroundings, and sociability. I did mention that, it does feel like with those birds on the moon that there are people that talk about you, but you don't hear about it, you don't see it. But there is a lot of talk here about you. People talk about you. Pile number 2. Some people talk about the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress, the way your mannerism is. Your ability to communicate with others, their way of thinking. Some of you may be on social media and they talk about that. Alright, we have, Capricorn. Why am I not surprised here with Capricorn being here? Hilarious. I did say you guys were hard workers. It's not the same horn, but this is more Aries. I mean, that is Aries symbol on her arm. But yeah, definitely goat energy here. Serious, authoritative, ambitious, realistic, structured, traditional, wise, enduring, accomplished, badass, majestic, competent, prepared, down to earth, corporate, reserved, rigid, and disciplined. You had to learn how to be disciplined and free yourself from the mental imprisonment that you had struggled with at some point. So how do others view you? Some of you could be a Capricorn. Don't have to be, or you have Capricorn placements. But this can apply in any type of way, to be honest. Just that you're a hard worker. You have structure. Traditional. So you may have some strong traditions. I did say traditional way of thinking or seeing things. That's pretty interesting. Okay, and then we have Pisces. Imaginative, compassionate, healing, empathetic, mystical, adoring, magical, allowing, dreamy, why can I not read these words for some reason? Enigmatic, enigmatic, whatever. Spiritual, emotional, escapist, impractical, oceanic, self-pitying, and illogical. And then we have for back of the deck energy is ninth house seeking. Foreign travel, adventure, higher education, customs, fate, beliefs, pilgrimages, spiritual quests, aspirations, journalism, religion, gurus, and risk-taking. It's interesting. There's just things that you have to learn that has, maybe okay, for some of you, they're talking about how you traveled, your ability to travel, maybe you've gone to college for some of you for higher education. They're talking about that. Your belief system, your religion, your religious beliefs. How do others view you? Some of them view you as someone that is maybe you're some of you have definitely have a reputation. Some of you have a reputation with a reputation of having money or working hard for your money. Some of you have a reputation for the way you think. Some have a reputation for your religious beliefs. Some have a reputation for your spiritual abilities, your healing abilities, your compassionate nature. It's just your way of viewing the world, for sure, with this pile. It's unique. I just feel like nobody really, you wouldn't know that these people say things about you like this, though. Alright, so moving on, we have trickster, light attribute, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Shadow attribute, manipulating others due to duplicity. Alright, so magician vibes for sure with this pile. The ability to manipulate others or a situation. Alright, and we have hermit. Seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life. Serves personal creativity. Withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others. Refusing to help those in need. So I'm getting like introverted. Introverts for this pile. The hermit can represent Virgo, which is, Mars Earth energy. You could be grounded and down to earth. Some of you could also be ethereal, where you're like head in the clouds kind of vibe. We have child wounded. Hopefully the lighting is not glaring. Awakens light attributes. Awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. Opens the learning path of forgiveness. Shadow attributes. Blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. Resists moving on through forgiveness. Yeah, so there's things that you had to work through in order to liberate yourself. And you like to share that with others. I would say that for some of you, you provide advice to others, and it's like solid, valuable advice. And you may have a reputation for helping and guiding others. Okay, and then we have destroyer. Light attributes, releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new life. Shadow attributes, intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. I would say that at some point, maybe even in your younger years, you may have acted out on your shadow aspects of yourself, and you've learned to integrate those by seeking and understanding, and instead of shaming yourself, but understanding yourself and why you are the way you are, and then liberating yourself from that. And then because you liberate yourself from that, you're able to guide others in some way. Okay, we have back of the deck energy is the Fool. Light attributes: fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity, and hypocrisy. I know how to say this word, but for some reason it just does not want to say it. What the fudge? Hypocrisy. Oh my goodness. You called out a hypocrite, man. That's all I can say. I can't say I can't say it for some. Why can I say a hypocrite? I can say hypocrite, but I can't say whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. All right. Shadow attributes: using humor to wound rather than liberate. Denial of your emotional truth. Yeah, you don't put on a mask. I feel like that you may have a tendency of like however you're feeling might show up on your face. So, you may not like something, and even though you may not say it, people can know. Like, they just know, Um, you don't mind laughing through, it's kind of giving me the vibe, like, sometimes you gotta laugh at yourself, I say that all the time, too. That's so funny. I say that all the time. You gotta learn to laugh at yourself, even when you make mistakes, you're not perfect. Nobody is. I think you realize that, and you embody yourself, and, that's the reputation for you. Okay, so let's continue. This is interesting. We have obsessive lover. Okay, so dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessiveness, and karmic. Okay, so this could be people that talk about you. Could be so some people have seen you be in in unhealthy relationships. These can also be people that are obsessed with you, that are like, this is how they view you. You know what I'm saying? The whole reading is about how others view you. So others view you as an obsessive lover, or you've dealt with obsessive lovers. Okay. We have wasting time. This is interesting because pile 1 had similar cards, but those were the only ones, apparently. Alright, stuck, no changes, or limited. They've seen how your way of thinking or way of outdated belief systems have limited you. And you had to go within in order to unstuck yourself. You may have dealt with stuck people or wasted time with stuck people. Okay. Then we have played out. Okay. So some of you at some point, maybe you, people were, how do others view you? They're tired of the way you use, maybe at one point, I can't assume that everybody here is fully healed. Okay, let's be frank. Not everybody's going to be fully healed. Let's call it a duck. Nobody's perfect in this world. Everybody's got shit to work through, and the healing never really ends. So there are things that they feel like is played out, behaviors or traits, and they really want you to just, grow the fuck up. It sounds so harsh, but straight up. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if that relates to that. I feel like it could be this person. When I said straight up, then that song by Paula Abdul. Straight up now, tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Or is this just a hit and run? Okay, so there's just certain behaviors or patterns that are played out, and these are things that have happened, wounds, or there's just like they're talking about how either you've matured and grown and over, you've healed from these wounds, or that you need to, keep in mind, like, these are other people's opinions of you, and these could be anybody, like anybody. These could be people that you grew up with. These could be family members. These could be strangers that don't even know you. Okay. Yeah, so only take how it resonates, and like I said, these are people's opinions. You know, you don't have to take their shit. Alright, so we have impersonator. Wants to be you, acts like you, dresses like you, and looks like or copies you. You know, some people may even like be like, oh my god, like this person has so much value to them. Why are they like attracted to these idiots? Why do they not value themselves? Why do they keep playing these games with, you know? Now I'm hearing that song. Quit playing games with my heart. Okay, that's interesting. But you have a lot of people that admire you. You like low key inspire a lot of people. You have a lot of haters, pal, too. Haters are gonna hate. Alright? So I mean there's things that they're talking about that you're not aware of because they don't got the balls to say it to your face because they are intimidated by you. I said there's a sense of intimidation with you with you piled number 2. They know that you got that stinger. They know that you could sting them bitches and make it hurt. Yeah, so there's a lot of people that try to copy you and then like impersonate you. Like they just mimic you. Your haters are usually your biggest fans. Oh shit. They're talking shit. Your lips are moving. Your lips are moving while you lie, 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 lie. That's like the first thing that came to my mind with that song. It was that song. Yeah, these people like to talk shit behind your back. Yeah, fuck them. Alright, and then we have, for back of the deck, we have Queen Rising. Why is it saying the word queen sounds weird to me. Queen Rising, stepping into power, praise, coming up in spotlight. Yeah, you got that queen energy. You got that Queen of Wands energy. Right? It was Queen of Wands, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. See, Queen of Wands is that embodiment of beauty and not giving a flying fuck about nobody. Like, not caring. Like, not that she don't care about nobody, but, like, she don't care about your opinion of her. Because she is the embodiment of, like, she's beautiful. She's sexy. She's sensual. She can get anybody and anybody she desires. And she's aware of this. So they are talking about your ability to do this. Your ability to give no fucks. That's funny. You give no fucks. It's not like you don't give a fuck. It just means you give no fucks about, like, their opinions of you. You are aware of what you're capable of. You're aware of what you bring to the table, and yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense with this. Pile number 2. Alright, so we have, moving on, we have runaway, danger, captivity, and freedom. You know, that captivity kind of reminds me of that eight of swords. People may have tried to some people may have tried to keep you, try to keep you contained, try to keep you confused on not seeing the truth. With that Pisces energy, they may try to put rose-colored glasses on you when it comes to them. Kind of vibe. Like, there's just, how do others view you? They might, okay, so for because of your energy, I would say for some of you, because of your energy, some lovers may have even left because they couldn't handle your energy. Your energy, I feel like, it's intimidating because it requires others to grow and mature in order to be around you, and not everybody wants to do that. They also might see that you value your freedom and you are willing to run away from situations or people if that is needed. Okay. All right, and then we have despair, anxiety, disease, and shadow. Yeah, they saw you go through despair. They've seen you. These people have seen you and talked about you behind your back. They creeping, straight creeping. And I get like these lines give me like blind, like the closed blinds, and like they'd be peeking. Nosy motherfuckers. Like these people are nosy. All up in your business, but just to talk shit because you are something worth talking about. And they hate the fact that people want to listen or hear about you. I feel like these are a lot of your haters that are coming through. You guys might struggle with anxiety or social anxiety, and they see that. All right, we have team spirit, goals, interest, and communication. These could be coworkers. These people definitely, how do others view you? They view you as a team player. They view you as someone who's cooperative and willing to work together. You're willing to communicate, share your interests, work towards your goals. Okay, and look, oh my goodness, we have gossip. I told you, people. I feel like people are this group got a lot of people talking about them. But a lot of it's lies, a lot of it's bullshit because these people are jealous. Hardcore jealous because they wouldn't be able to. I feel like because you are the one, the authenticity card. You embody your truest form, like you, not truest form. Yeah, because you're authentic. You're authentically you, and you have no problem being that. And that really irks certain people because they have to wear this mask in order for them to fit in order for them to be liked, and they have their own limited beliefs, and so they are entrapped. They entrap themselves in these belief systems in order to feel good, and so like they get angry at seeing you overcoming your fears or not allowing these things to limit you. Basically, they don't. I'm not saying that you have not struggled a day in your life. What I'm trying to say is that these people don't know what you've gone through behind closed doors, and these are people that are just talking shit because of based off on what they see, based off on their own limiting beliefs and their own experiences. Okay? Alright, so we have energy. That's interesting because when I was getting pile number 2 ready, getting myself prepared, that song, but I wasn't sure if that was like correlation to the reading, but now it makes sense. But that song, I don't even know what the title is. I just remember the song goes, your energy been telling me that you're not really sure, and if you ever had the chance to switch on me, you would. Yeah, so like, yeah, you're definitely good at reading the vibes of people, and they don't know how you do it. And you're able to call a bitch out. And if you don't call them out, that you use your energy, you remove yourself by moving on, running away. You remove yourself from the situation or the person, and then they get like, they feel a type of way by it because deep down they know why. They just don't want to admit why. Okay, so we have energy, abundance, wealth, and freedom. So freedom is very important to you. Now, another thing is that what they're talking about and what they see, how do others view you? They view you as very abundant. So whether you actually got money with that second house, or whether you worked really hard and earned your money, or you have or it's like your energy is abundant. Your energy attracts abundance. Your energy is whether, like, okay, so what I mean by like your energy is abundant doesn't necessarily mean that, you're like, well, I could be broke as fuck, blah, blah, blah. You have the potential to create as much riches as you want. Or you're just like, your energy is abundant. And when you enter people's lives, you bring value to this world, you bring value to them. And so it's important for you to, or you've learned this, or they've watched you, or they talk about you in this way, that you're able to, well, I would say you need to be more careful with who you bring, or who you hang out with, because these people can bring your value down. But once you remove yourself, you shoot so freaking high up. It's kind of like giving me like, I was thinking like Sagittarius, you know, like where Sagittarius has that, like that bow and arrow, and then like shooting out that, like you're pulled back, like people try to hold you back, but they can't keep you from your potential forever, you know? They can put obstacles in the way, but they can't, it won't last forever. And then the moment you go, you just, you're gone. You're so gone. Isn't that a song? I think it is. Since you've been gone, right? I don't know. Okay, anyways. Alright, so we have acceleration, strive, catch up, and approach. Yeah, I feel like people feel like they have to catch up in order to be next to you, to be around you. It's hard for them to, yeah, they gotta keep up with acceleration. You're on the go. You're always learning. You're always trying to be a better version of yourself. You're always working and striving for better. And like that goat behavior. And some people just don't have what it takes to do that. Whew. Pile number 2. Back of the deck energy, we have clock. Regular, neat, and controllable. Yeah, look at how that person is dressed, too, on top of it. Can you guys see good? I don't know if you guys can tell. Hair looks good. Like, he's dressed in a nice suit. He looks nice. He's clean. Like, and then if you looked at the Capricorn card had, you know, he had a suit on, too. He's dressed nice. He's, you know what I'm saying? So, like, okay, so you may dress very nice, very sharp. You dress the part. You're very good at dressing the part, whatever part that be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you dress to impress. Now, I'm not getting like that. They probably say that you dress to impress because that's what they do. Like, I'm saying these people like to project onto you, pile number 2. Whoa, this is crazy. Very neat, clean, sharp. Girls go crazy about a sharp-dressed man. Yeah, that's a song. I don't know if you know, but, you know, Sharp Dressed Man. I forgot who sings it, but I'm sure you can figure it out. Yeah. So let's continue. Pile number 2. These are things that people say. You know, even if they don't say it, they thinking it. Wow, these are a lot of your haters coming through. Alright, so we have I Miss You. I miss you. Fuck. Is it called I Miss You? It was a song by Aaliyah, and in the when they released that song, she already had passed away, so like a lot of celebrities were part of the music video to contribute, or what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, just look up the word. Look up the song Aaliyah, I Miss You, and that's gonna have messages. Those are some. You love some people, and they miss your energy. Pile number 2. We have Sweet Talk. All right, Sweet Talk. Yeah, so these people definitely try to gas you up, try to tell you what you want to hear, so they can be on your side, or have you on their side. They try to create this illusionment that they are on your side, but I really strongly feel like a lot of these people are gossiping about you. All right, and then we have Fucked Up Over You. I have not heard that song in like so long. I can't even. I'm surprised that like, that's interesting. All right, so anyways. Definitely these people have some strong emotions towards you. You triggered the fuck out of these people. Pile number 2. Alright, we have bad credit, debt, or unemployed. Okay, so some of you you know? Maybe went through a phase or currently are, you know, unemployed at this point. And so people are gossiping about that, or people are talking about how you're not employed, you know, some of you are in that position. But you don't have to be. They could, I feel like this is like, a lot of this is speculation. Some of you could be, you know, like a stay-at-home parent, and so they could be talking about that. All right, and then we have off and on, hot and cold, and detached slash ghosted. All right, so like I said, for some of you, you may have had, you know, maybe you've done this to certain people, like you've ghosted people, or you give off this detached vibe, and so they feel like you're going to ghost them. Or I feel like this is the energy that they pick up about you. Like, they just feel like they know that you're going to, you're eventually going to leave them high and dry at some point. Alright. Alright, and then, so they could be projecting their own fears onto you, and then you're energetically picking up on that, and then you actually end up doing that because I feel like you guys are really good at energetically reading the room. And let me know if that makes sense to you guys. Alright, back on the deck energy, we have ashamed, guilt, embarrassed, and in the wrong. Okay, so maybe they talked about, okay. How do others view you? That you're ashamed of something, or you feel guilty about something, or embarrassed. You deal with embarrassment. You don't like to feel embarrassed. They saw you be embarrassed over, like, trivial things. Or they, like, these people also feel ashamed for how they dealt with you. Okay, so yeah, how do others view you in the wrong? They might, like I said, project onto you. These people may have wronged you in the past. And because they don't want to admit that they did something bogus to somebody, they gotta, you know, play this like, you know, I didn't do nothing. It's all their fault. Yada, yada, yada bullshit. Alright, so let's get some more. We have illumination. What's done in the dark comes to light. What's said in the dark gets said in light. Like, you know, you're gonna hear through the grapevine that someone was saying this about you, and then, I mean, like, okay. Alright, so I have actually been in a circumstance like this, similar, and, like, okay, so this girl was trying to tell me that another girl was talking bad about me, right? And while she's trying to, like, thinking that she's being a good friend by telling me that this other friend of ours was talking about me, the only thing that came to my mind, and I actually said this to her, and she didn't even have a fucking response. Like, she didn't even know how to respond to it. And I told her, I was like, I find it interesting that this person feels so comfortable talking about me around you. Boom. Bitch. And we sit. No, I'm just kidding. But for real, though. Why do you feel comfortable? Why do these people feel comfortable talking shit about me in your presence? Did you defend me? Why didn't you defend me? Why are you just sitting there letting this person talk shit about me? And you think that you're going to be in my good graces by telling me this shit? I'd rather, you know, I don't even know how I would feel about not knowing, but at the same time, like, you know what? Thank you for letting me know that both of you fucking bitches are fucking fake ass bitches. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so then we have sweetness. I feel like you light up the room. And I feel like, whoa, damn, that rain is coming. Holy moly. Holy moly. Okay. Sweetness. You're very sweet. You're very kind. You're a very loving person. Pile number 2. We have trust. And we have the heart in the middle. See, you guys are very loving people. And I feel like you just had been around the wrong crowd, the wrong set of people a portion of your life. Or maybe these are people that you grew up around and you really couldn't, like, you know, you can't, you know, when you're a child, you're kind of like stuck where you're at, you know? You know, not everybody has the privilege to just pack and go, you know? Alright, so then we have mystery. That rings just sounds so nice. I want to say, like, I feel like that, like, you guys went through phases of, like, I feel like you guys go in within, you feel the feelings. You may not like to show your feelings, but, like, or maybe, like, certain strong feelings. But I did say earlier that some people could definitely, you may go through phases where, like, sometimes you can hide your feelings and sometimes you can't. You're an enigma, pile number 2. You are very loving and kind, but you may come off cold, or, like, detached. You may come off standoffish at first, and, like, because you're kind of guarded. I'm getting the vibe that you guys are guarded. Okay? Because you have a right to be, because of, you know, you are aware of how loving you are, and you know that you cannot just give that willy-nilly to everybody. Okay? And then we have surrender. And I feel like that goes well with that Piscean energy. And you had to learn how to liberate yourself, how to surrender to, like, this is part of your spiritual journey, is where I'm going with this for you guys. You had to learn how to surrender, you know. Maybe you felt like you had to, like, defend yourself all the time, and, like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to, you know. If somebody wants to believe that you're a duck when you're really a swan, then fuck them. Let them fucking believe you're a duck. Quack, bitch. Go ahead. Whatever. You know, whatever helps you sleep at night, right? But at the end of the day, you know who you are. You don't need to prove yourself to nobody. So you had, you know, maybe at one point you wanted to prove to everybody, like, no, I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all. And so, like, one day you're just like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't fucking care what the fuck you think of me. Because you don't hear the thoughts that I hear. You don't feel the feelings that I feel. You're not seeing things the way I see them, and nor do you want to try to see that, and I don't have to fucking make sure that you do. If you're choosing to play that role, then play that fucking role, while I'm gonna go over here and go do me. That's kind of the vibe that I get from you guys. And then back of the deck, energy is energy. That's so funny. And then that song again. Your energy been telling me that you're not really sure. That song is coming up again. So it's, you know, you guys are really good at reading the energy around you and then maneuvering it. You know, I'm getting the trickster energy, the maneuvering energy. Like you're able to work with energy to your benefit. Really talented group, pile number 2. This is so interesting. Alright, so let's continue. So we have growth. Some of you could be born in the summertime, but don't have to be. But like that illumination, you're growing. You're constantly on the growth. You're on the path of spiritual growth. Alright, we have receive, open. You know, that goes back with that generosity. You're very open. You're giving. Excuse me. You're open to receiving, but you're also balanced in giving back too. All right, you know that balancement of the masculine and feminine energy. Feminine is about receiving and attracting, where masculine is about going. And so you know when to go and take action, but you also know when to pull back and to receive. And these are things that you've had to learn, all right? And people are talking about your ability to be open and receive. You know, some of you are like, man, I really wish I can experience love from pile number 2, because they just see, like, I know that they're like the sweetest person. Like, I see how they treat their loved ones. I see how they treat their closest friends, and I wish I was part of that. Okay, so we do have comfort zone, south node, and clinging. Okay, we did have obsessive lovers. So for some of you, you did work work through some karmic lessons or are working through some karmic lessons. You know, like I said, the bee, sorry, I don't mean to like repeat, but the bee charm is, you know, definitely giving me like the dualisticness of where you could provide honey that is both without bees we wouldn't have food. Without bees there wouldn't be honey. Honey preserves it never goes bad. But at the same time, bees can sting. Bees are aware of the energy in the environment. That kind of reminds me of this. You know, I thought it was interesting. Like, how do I explain this? I came up just like a while ago that I had like watched this video where this beekeeper was able to predict that they were going to have like a bad winter that year because, or a very, very cold winter, because the bees kicked out all the male bees out earlier, and that was because they needed to preserve what honey they had in order for them to survive. And that's because they're able to predict the weather months before. So you're very good at reading energy. Pile number 2. You may have a tendency to stick into things that you know because you know how to handle it or deal with it. And that's what people talk about. There are also people that try to cling to your energy. They may have a hard time letting you go. All right, and then we have autumn harvest. So some of you could be born in autumn time, but your ability to harvest, your ability to work hard and create abundance. And then we have Pluto with transformation. All right, and then we have, oh, that's so cool. Back of the deck, we have winter and rebirth, which is kind of funny because rebirth with Pluto is about the death of an old version of you and then rising up and birthing a newer version of you and becoming stronger and better version of yourself, right? And then Capricorn is also in the winter months. You could be a Capricorn. You could be born in the months of winter. You know, you also could be a Sagittarius too, with that being winter. You know, I mean, we could get into detail of like, oh, you could be a Cancer. Oh, I did mention Cancer earlier with the moon. Could be a Leo. Oh shit, yeah, Leo was there too. So you could be. You see, okay, so there's confirmation for some of these signs. What signs are in autumn? Scorpio, which will definitely correlate with the Pluto. This could be. I wonder if some of you are, you know, Pluto and Scorpio generation here, millennials. But you could also be a Libra. You know, the Libra kind of gives me that Six of Pentacles vibe, you know, with the scales. All right. All right, we're almost done here, guys. It's just 2 more decks. All right, so we have duality. Do not forget about the dual nature of people. Don't lose your vigilance. You understand the dualisticness. Like I told you, there's like 2 sides of you. There's, you know, I feel like that this is interesting. We just had those like it was just really dark, and all of a sudden it's like, hold on 1 second. 1 second. Oops, just totally bumped into you guys. Sorry. All right, so like I was saying, like I'm understanding, like there's 2 sides of you, and it's not that like you're like. I don't want to sound rude by saying this because mental illness is not something you joke about, or mental health is not an issue to talk about, but like it's not like you're bipolar where you're like one extreme to another extreme, and I may not be fully understanding what that nature is and understanding bipolar, you know, so I'm not trying to be rude, but that was like what came to my head. It's more like you understand the complexities and the dualisticness of life, and so you are able to understand where others are at and be like, okay, well, I see that you're over here in life, so I'm just like, and I can't be holding myself back, so I'm going to move forward, you know? And you may have even struggled with this with other people holding you back or trying to cling on to you and keep you stuck and keep you with them. So, like, just, you know, understanding, you have an understanding of energy and your own energy and knowing when you need to leave within a situation or like the complexities of life. Okay. And then there's also, like, you know, different sides of you that others don't understand and fully understand, and it's not your place to make sure that they understand. All right. And then we have resources. Be grateful for what you have and save something for the future. Use wisely and as needed. Yeah. And look at that. They're offering. They are offering. Like, we had the receive. Now you are like, okay, I'm open to receiving, but I'm also open to giving. Okay. Is that balancedness of giving and receiving with that Six of Pentacles, or back in the beginning of the reading. All right. We have wellness. Ensure your body is nourished. Join a gym, regain strength, and live a healthier lifestyle. I feel like you guys just trust the process. Some of you may be very fit, may try, you know, may work on being healthier, figuring out how to be healthier, whether that's actual fitness goals or, you know, just a healthier lifestyle in general, you know, balancing your masculine and feminine energy, and just overall just trying to achieve to be the best version of yourself. I really just think that that's all you're really striving for, and that's really all that anybody could strive for, in my opinion. But then again, this is my opinion, you know, it's just saying. But this is how others view you. They view you as very strong, capable, and enduring, able to not let these setbacks stop you. You find a way to learn and learn from them and move forward. We have direction. Do not deviate from your path. Attract a mentor if necessary. Plan where you want to be. Yeah, you guys got goals. You have goals and ambitions, and you're willing to work for them. I'm getting this. Some of you may be good with okay. And with the ninth house, higher knowledge, higher education. So, you know, how do others view you is your ability to, you're very smart, whether that is intellectually smart or, you know, like the knowledge that you have within you is just your pure wisdom. You could be an old soul. And people talk about this, like, you know, like pile number 2, they just know so much about so much. Like, how do they know so much? Well, because you guys went through a lot of hardships. I would say a lot of your hardships have definitely taught you and pushed you in a direction in life that had led to liberation of understanding oneself on a deeper level. Okay? And then we have transformation. Changes in the natural order. Change is the natural order of things. Don't be afraid of the unknown. We got Pluto. That's so cool. Like right there. So, like, yeah, there people are talking about how you transform, how much you've changed since they've known you. So, like, a lot of these people that are coming through in the reading are not only, like, they're haters, but there's also people that are from your past that have watched you've grown, and they don't, you know, they don't know who you are. It's kind of like, hey, what's up? Like, you bump into somebody that you known a long time ago, but you're no longer that version of yourself anymore. So it's like, hey, allow me to reintroduce myself. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe I'm getting from you guys. Alright, so final deck, we have final messages. We have card number 32, Sleeping Beauty, Awakening. Yeah, that transformation, your ability, you woke up. You woke up and you liberated yourself from the limitations that were either conditioned with or brought up with, or limiting beliefs, thought processing. Like, you have changed, you have awakened. Okay, and then we have Juniper, the Juniper tree. Card number 34, deception. Yeah, you guys have dealt with a lot of deception. A lot of people that just were dirty people. That did you dirty. And you've learned from it, you've liberated yourself from it, and you're stronger because of it. Alright? I'm hearing that song, I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder. I don't know if I just made up that part of that line, or if I don't know if those are the exact words, but something like that. You see what I mean? Like, I feel like even though I can't remember exactly word for word, I mean, I could be correct, but like, I feel like people feel like they need to come correct when it comes to you if they want to be in your energy. Yeah, because otherwise you're gonna leave. You're not gonna like tolerate. You're not gonna like stick around because you know that you don't need to. All right. So we have Goldilocks, card number 10, entitlement. Ooh. These people feel entitled to you. They feel like you owe them something, but you don't owe shit to nobody but yourself. Sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Right when I said that, there was like a horn beeping outside. So that was confirmation to me. And then me coughing felt like these people are not like allowing, they don't like the idea of me telling you that. Like they try to like stop you. Like, and she's wearing blue too. So it's like she or this person, these people try to keep you from speaking your truth and being yourself. Pile number 2. These people may even feel entitled to your energy, like they like I said, like they feel like you owe them something and you don't owe shit to nobody. All right, and then last we have card number, we have like you know a cycle coming to an end, or you learn these cycles. All right, with the 10. All right, card number 21, the Dancing Princess, enchantment. Yeah, your ability, you guys, your energy is like yeah, that's probably why people were like, people were probably jealous. That's why part of the reason why people were jealous of you, because you have this ability to enchant others. You know, for some of you it's gonna be through communication. For others, it's gonna be through your body. You know, with your energy. Your energy is enchanting. You're able to. People see it like as manipulation, like, oh, they're manipulating them and making them think that, making them like them, but they're not. They're liking you for you, and that irritates them because they have to manipulate others in order to be liked or to be viewed a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And I find this hilarious because pile number 1 had this as back of the deck, but I feel like this is so fitting for both of you guys in different ways. But yeah, back of the deck energy, we have card number 14, Red Riding Hood, Rites of Passage. Yeah, with that Capricorn energy, you guys definitely went through some hardship. And yeah, with Pluto and Capricorn, I feel like you're finally, some of you may have, I would say take a look in your natal chart and see where Pluto was transiting your house. What house that has Capricorn in it, because that was where you've been transformed. So like if you were a Capricorn rising, you have Pluto transiting your first house. So like you yourself, the way you are, the way you exert yourself, the way you as a person has changed tremendously. Now, obviously apply that to others, if this is the, if Pluto is in your 9th house, transiting your 9th house, the way you see things, the way you've learned, you've liberated, the way you've gained higher knowledge and understanding, deeper knowledge of, whether through spirituality, school, there's just a mass of like, you know what I'm saying? Like for each of you, like I said, it's gonna be different for you, so apply it as it is for you. But the same message for pile number 1 kind of applies for you too, guys. Like these people tried to throw you to the wolves, but you came back leading the pack. So if some of you did come from pile 1, hello. But yeah, Yeah, definitely. These people try to chew you up and spit you out, only for you to become stronger, come back even better, and that really irritates them. So, yeah, this is what I have for you, pile number 2. Let me know down below how it resonates. I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful day, and I hope I see you guys in the next video. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. Hi. So if you chose pile number 3 or this lovely little unicorn, this is going to be your reading on how do others view you. I'm going to just say right off the bat, the way that happened in the intro was so freaking cool. I definitely would say that you guys, based off on this charm that you chose, okay, and based off on what you saw and witnessed, I hope you witnessed it. I don't know if my arm was like, or my hand was blocking it. I'm gonna have to like recheck that feedback. But that was so cool. It was giving me like I said what I said kind of vibes. I mean, I know that this was like pile 3, right? And then like when I grabbed it, it bounced off my hand and then went back right on the 3, like right where it was at. And it was like, it's giving me the vibe of like, bitch, I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's giving me that. Another thing that I'm getting with this is very out of pocket, very unique, very, it's giving me misfit vibes for some people. It's giving me stands out in the crowd type. Very, unicorns are majestic creatures. They're unique. They're, mythological creatures. So, yes, right? So, I'm just going to say it right now. This is going to be a long reading. So, sit back, relax, or clean, do you, while I talk in the background, I guess. Or watch, whatever, floats your boat, okay? I did pre-shuffle, and as you see, we got a nice fat stack. Alright, so we're going to get into it. Alright, so let's start off with the tarot, as usual. Oh, I did have a song come through while I was shuffling. I don't know how many of you are going to know or recognize the song. It's a freestyle song. And no, I don't mean like rap freestyle. 80s freestyle music. It is called... Oops. Well, you just heard a clip of it. Or like a little second of it. Thief of Hearts by Cynthia. Okay, if you know, you know. If you don't know, it's a good jam. Go listen to it. I would say that for some of you in this pile, a lot of ex-lovers are probably going to come through, giving their opinion. Someone definitely feels scorned against you. Pile number 3. You probably definitely broke some hearts at one point in your life. Now, keep in mind that these views of you are not... These are just people's opinions of you. And let me tell you, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got them. That don't mean we gotta listen to it. That don't mean we gotta, like, pay attention to it, because, that's just, like, based off on the experience of you. And we all change and grow over time, So maybe one time you were an asshole, and now you're not an asshole. But, like, that one, when you're kind of, like, not a really good person to somebody, and, or they view you as that, right? They're not going to want to fuck with you again, I mean, unless they want to forgive you, to each their own, right? But my point is that these people, it's just their opinions on you. There's no actual facts. But there's possibility, Take it as it resonates, of course. And I also want to say that these people that do come in the reading could be ex-lovers. These could be friends, current friends, friends from the past, people that you grew up with, family members. It can be any Tom, Dick, or Harry. It could be a stranger down your block. It can be the stranger at the grocery store's opinion. You know what I'm saying? So, like, take this with a grain of salt, If some of it resonates, that's cool, but it don't have to. It's just, this is just for fun reading. So, use your discernment well, my pile 3s. Let us begin. I don't know why I feel like I'm so silly. I think my coffee's kicking in. Maybe you guys are coffee drinkers. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to start off the reading with the Hermit, card number 9. You guys could be a Virgo. Could be in, well, the card says introspection. I wanted to say introvert, but because I saw that word, I almost said, that word. But I was kind of leaning towards introvert. So some of you could be introverts. We have 8 of Cups, Quest. Yeah, I am hearing this song. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys saw this, you know, like, it's an old school Christmas movie. I think it was made in the 1960s. I'm not 100% sure, but they're like little clay people. Like there's a whole like series, like, they have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but the one that I'm focused on is, oh yeah, that is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Haha, that's hilarious that that's the first one that came to my mind. I mean, you ever seen like there's the Year Without Santa Claus, and there's like other ones too, but the one that I'm focused on is the one where the elf doesn't want to be, not that he doesn't want to be an elf, he's an elf that wants to be a dentist. He doesn't want to make toys. And I'm hearing that song, the Misfit song, in that movie. I am not just a wait, is it Misfit? I am not just a nitwit. Something that I quit. Why don't I fit in? Okay, so you might struggle with fitting in with the rest of, like, society because you stand out. I mean, come on. Like, you guys picked the unicorn, you know? So an aspect of you stands out in some way, shape, or form. Now, it doesn't have to be that you're actually, like, your personality is a misfit. It could even just be, like, you stand out from the crowd. Now, it's kind of like, for example, I'll use myself as an example. I grew up, being the only, redhead, in my neighborhood. So, besides my sister, obviously. So, you know, I definitely stood up from the crowd. You get what I'm saying? You get where I'm putting down. Okay, so like it's kind of giving me like that. Now, for some of you, it could actually be like you're a misfit, and you know you're definitely just you're very unique, very different from society, or it could just be like your features are that make you unique and make you stand out. Like, for example, with me having red hair. Now, obviously, if I was in a different environment that had more redheads, I definitely would have blended in better, right? But unfortunately, that was not the circumstance for me. All right, so yeah, so all right, let's move on. All right, so we have the Hermit starting off with the read, and then we have the 8 of Cups with the word quest. We have the Death card, transformation. This is the transformation, transition. And then we have the Fool. Like, dude, you guys got 3 major arcana out of 5 freaking cards. Like, holy fuck. Right? And then we have the 3 of Wands with patience. And then get this. Back of the deck energy is the Empress. What? Guys, look at all this freaking look at all this freaking major arcana. You're definitely here to impact those around you. Definitely. Pile number 3. You are here to impact others. Ooh, I would also say that you guys definitely have had what a heavy impact on other people. So, I mean, these are major arcana. Like, you definitely have done something to impact other people's lives in one way, shape, or another. Whether you're aware of this or not, you sure have. Now, some of you may not even be aware of this. Some of you will, you know, like, yeah, I know, yeah, bitch, I did that. But then for others of you, it's gonna be like, no way, there's no way. Like, nah, I'm just me, bitch. Like, no. But yeah, like, not everybody tells you, you know, how much you inspire them, unless, you know, some people do say, like, oh my god, you inspire me. But then there's some people that are quiet about it and they don't say anything, and like that's the vibe I'm kind of getting with you guys. But let me go ahead and get started with the reading these cards, because I could just keep talking. Alright, I do want to say that you guys do prefer to feel comfortable in any setting, or try to make yourself feel comfortable. Because I had to pause for a second and get into some more comfortable, something more comfortable. I feel like that I don't know. I just feel like it resonates with you guys. Let me know if that makes sense. Like I would say that was like you're comfortable in your own skin kind of vibe. But all right, so like okay, Hermit. I'm getting introverted, introspective vibes. Very smart, very wise. With we have Uranus energy, which is kind of funny because that's kind of the vibe I was getting with the. I wish I had said that, but out of pocket, out of uniqueness, that it gives me that Uranus energy. So Aquarius, energy with the Uranus showing up with the Fool. Excuse me, sorry. All right. We might have some Scorpios here. Okay, so very deep, intense, very introspective, very like you may like to have talks about like tabooish you might have tabooish conversations with people. Like you might be the type of person that be asking like some really deep questions. Like you don't like small talk. Is that what it's called? I already forgot. Alright, so with the Eight of Cups here, you're definitely one to walk away from things if they're no longer serving you. Alright? Like, you have no problem cutting a bitch off if that's what, if it's no longer serving you in any way, in a positive way. You definitely have changed and transformed many times throughout your life, and people have seen that about you. I would say that for some of you guys are really self-aware and you're okay with, and you embrace yourself. I would say a lot of you, they see that you embrace yourself, like all aspects of yourself. You're not afraid to start new things, for sure, and they're usually very unique things, I would say for some of you. But definitely they see that you like to explore and try new things. We do have a mixture of different energies, but like, because we got like mutable energy, but then we also got like the fixed energy. And then don't forget that we have this Empress energy. You're very beautiful, very creative, very abundant. You have the ability to attract what you desire. And also very creative. This group is very creative. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are life path 3. Just saying. But, it doesn't have to resonate. With her having the cat on her, very high intuition. You may have some psychic, we all have psychic abilities, but you may have some strong psychic abilities, and people are aware of that. Maybe it's just things that you said, and it's just like, well, how the hell did they know that? And it's just like, well, because you just know. Alright, so for some of you, you're definitely very patient. You're willing to take the time that is needed. That's kind of giving me that fixed energy again, where you're willing to just stay committed to your goals because you know that there's you see the outcome coming. You are aware that it will come. Like you have a vision, and that's interesting. Now I'm hearing that. Listen, I'm on a mission. Don't need no competition. Okay, so you don't allow outside competition to teeter you away from. It's not to say that you're not competitive. You could be for some of you, but it's more like I'm seeing a lot of feminine energy here, but I could be. We have both energies within us, so don't be fooled by what anybody says. But sometimes we tend to lean towards one or the other at times, and it varies from phases of our life. But anyways, very patient, very spur of the moment. You're probably that friend that like people can like, hey, you want to go do this? And you'd be like, yeah, I'm down. Like, you'll drop what you're doing to go, have some fun. You're someone that people can call up at any time. that is not always going to resonate for all of you, because we do have that hermit energy, you know. So you may like sit there and reflect like, do I feel like doing this? But you're with that full energy, you're willing to try new things, you're willing to explore new things. And explore can be so many different things, like different aspects of yourself, exploring different sides of yourself, different how exploring the world around you, etc. Right? But you're willing to let go and walk away when it's necessary. Okay, so that's awesome. All right, so let's get some more. All right, so we have Taurus, the bombshell. That's interesting. So we got 2 earth signs so far. With the Taurus and the Scorpio here, there is some opposition here. So you're very complex. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have some opposition in your chart, or heavy oppositions, like a lot. Okay, so we have earthy, practical, steadfast, productive, fertile, tactile, ample, worthy, ripe, pleasure-seeking, sensuous, blooming, solid, possessive, tenacious, loyal, patient, and deliberate. So some of these are like keywords that some people would like probably describe you as. It is another fixed sign, fixed energy. Yeah, I feel like with that 8 of Cups and the Taurus energy, like once you put your mind to something, like there's no way of like making you like, don't even bother. Like don't even bother trying to change your mind, because once you're fixated on something, you're fixated on something and you're willing to see it to the end. Now that is not going to always apply. Everything I say may not apply for everybody. So just keep in mind, and these are just ways that people have viewed you. So these could be different versions of yourself. Like with the Death card, there's that people have seen different versions of you. People that your family has watched you grow and change. Your friendships from childhood have grown and watched you change. You know, considering obviously that would vary for certain people. You know, like if you went from different school to different school to different school, that one might be a little bit more difficult for those people to see and watch you do those changes, unless you did a lot of significant changes within that time frame, right? But for those that like you, let's say you grew up with your elementary friends, like, or the people that you went to school with since elementary days, and like up until high school or up until grade school, like they saw you grow. That would be that kind of confirmation of that stuff. Yeah, and then with Taurus is also ruled by Venus. It's giving the Empress energy. Beautiful. So let's get some more. We have 8th house. Hey, that's interesting. We got 8 on top of an 8. Yeah, I told you, like, we got the taboo-ish, like, you like talking about taboo-ish, like, out-of-pocket stuff. Like, you're the type of person that will start, like, the most random-ass conversations with a stranger, or with anybody in general. Like, you want to know. How do I explain? Like, I'm hearing this, I want it all. It's not like you want it all, it's like you want to know. But, like, instead of saying I want it all, like, I want to know. I'm making up my own shit. Alright, so intimacy, investments, intensity, contracts, sex, erotic, capital, secrets, mysteries, obsessions, inheritance, kundalini energy, stalking the underworld. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you had, like, obsessive or possessive friendships or relationships, or on the other side, they might view you as that. Okay? You keep in mind, you know, like, if you date other people, people see that you've dated those people, and, you know, they see the dynamic that plays out between you and that person from the outside of the relationship. So, like I said, some of you may have dealt with toxic relationships, or, like, an unhealthy version or dynamic play out between you and other people, where people are like obsessed over you or possessive over you. And it could be, like I said, it could go the other way around, where you play those dynamics with other people. Lots of sexual energy here. You may have even been sexual, like people don't look past your beauty, and they think you're like beauty but no brains, And then, like, once they get to know you, it's like, oh, shit, like, damn, this person's deep. And so, like, the vibe that you give off might be different from, like, once they get to know you. Kind of, like, you know what I'm saying? All right, so we have Pisces. That kind of makes sense with the Pisces now, actually, because Pisces gives this, like, illusionment. Holy fuck, that's really cool. That's cool how that, like, tied in together. And all I did was just look at Pisces, like, Pisces! Okay. The Mystic. Imaginative, compassionate, healing, empathetic, mystical, adoring, magical, allowing, dreamy, why am I not able to read this word? We're just going to skip it. Enigmatic. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Alright, spiritual, emotional, escapist, impractical, oceanic, self-pitying, and illogical. Alright, so some of you could be water signs. I mean, a water sign on top of a water sign. Like, oh my god, that's so cool. Alright, so keep in mind that these placements could also just, don't have to be your sun sign, but they could be other significant placements in your chart. Like moon, rising, Venus, etc., etc. Alright, so definitely, again, brought up psychic abilities, and now we have Pisces coming in here to be like, yes, bitch. You guys could be very prophetic. You guys are probably able to see things that others don't see. And you probably don't even realize, like, during your conversations, you probably, like, say things that other people are, like, they're so out of pocket. And so, like, they're like, what the fuck? How did they know? How did they know? Like, you just know, you know? I'm kind of, I'm seeing the escapist thing. I would say, some of you may, yeah, like with you might withdraw and go hermit for a while. You may be the type of person that needs alone time or time to recharge. We have more mutable energy. So we've got heavy mutable and heavy fixed energy so far. It's kind of interesting. We got 2 earth and 2 water. Another thing is, I would say, like, with the dreamy, adds on to the fact that you guys are beautiful, you guys are hot, adoring. Let's see what else we got. Bitch, we got Virgo. The Hermit is Virgo. Like, so cool. The Alchemist. Methodical, aligned, ritualistic, efficient, insightful, healthy, dutiful, discerning, witchy, subtle, pure, refined, accurate, solitary. How do you say that word? Curatorial? I don't even know what. I could laugh at myself, so let's laugh together. Okay, anyways. Critical, nervous, perfectionist. See? Look at that. See, like, you're like, okay, the whole, like, when I couldn't read that word, it's giving me the vibe of, like, oh, yeah, motherfucker, you want to laugh at me? Bitch, I'll laugh too. Haha. Like, like, you don't let others' opinions hurt your feelings. Like, you've learned to, like, accept your flaws. Accept that people may try to push this perfectionism onto you, and you're just like, nah, bitch. And now I'm hearing that song, I'm amazing, bitch. And I know it. I don't have to tell you shit, because I show it. Yeah, this is a song by Queen Irby and another singer. So I think they're a rapper. I don't know. What the fuck song is it? What's the title? I'm amazing bit. But whatever. I'm sorry if you like put in those keywords, you'll find that song. But anyways, moving along, we have trine. So you want to be surprised if you guys have some significant trines in your chart, that allow you to just be this energy, free flowing. Like, you don't even have to, like, put effort in it. You know what I'm saying? All right, so. Harmonizes, aids, enriches, benefits, energizes, enjoys, ease, lubricates, gifts, rhymes, supports, and indulges. Yeah, right there, the wand with the trine on top of the 3 of wands. You just allow things to come as they flow to you. This is like I wouldn't be surprised if you have significant trines in your natal chart. The trine is energy that you're mastered, but you don't really tap into it because you don't need to. And unfortunately, the backside, like the downside of having trines or too many trines, is that because this energy comes so natural to you that you don't really like actively work on it or work towards it. So you don't always reap the benefits of it because you're like, oh well, that's easy. Like I don't need to do that. But then it's like, but it can make a person lazy. All right, and then back of the deck, bitch, we got the Numinous Mystery. You guys are an enigma, pile number 3. The unknown, the unknowable, ESP, psychic abilities. Bitch, I said psychic ability. Okay, the cosmos, universal truth, oneness, source, the unnameable, shadow work, inner knowing. Bitch, this is just repeating things that I already said. Tingling ghosts, otherworld, space, enigmas. I didn't even notice that word was right there. The occult and intuition. Like, come on. Come on. Like, you guys are into this shit. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys, like, practice tarot at home or, like, oracle or thought about it. You could be into astrology. You could be into, like, other divination tools, like, reading runes. You could be, like, you could be a witch. We did mention witchy with the Virgo card. You could be, into herbs to... the Virgo just kind of gives me like herbalist kind of vibes because like Virgo like cares about their health a lot, and so I don't know, I just get like kitchen witch vibes there. But I also get like starseed energy from this group as well. If you know, you know. If you don't and you're intrigued by what I just said, dive deep, do some research. I always will encourage you to find your own information. Obviously, readers like myself and other readers will provide some information, but always dive deeper on your own because this is your own spiritual path and you will be guided to the information that you needed. Your spirit team will guide you. You will just, your psychic ability, your intuition will just, tell you where to go. You know what I'm saying? You already know what I'm saying. You guys may be into ghosts, ghost hunting, yeah, you may even have like some paranoia paranormal experiences growing up, or people might notice that things start to happen when you're around, like lights flickering, etc. All right, so let's move on. Let's get a little bit more further in. All right, I'm gonna try to talk a little bit faster because I still have a whole bunch of decks. All right, so for the first card we have Addict. We're gonna do light attribute. I'm gonna read the light attribute. Helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Shadow attribute. Compromises integrity and honesty. Allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. Okay, so some of you may have struggled or dealt with addiction of some kind. An addiction can be it could vary, bro. It could vary. It could be too much food. It could be alcohol. It could be substance abuse. It could be sex. It could be TV. It could even be like being obsessive with your health and shit. Like there's just so much ways that this and addictive behavior can play out. Yeah, so some people may have watched you struggle with addiction issues of some kind, and then like I also want to say for some of you, your ability to overcome these addictions as well. All right, and we have Slave. Light attribute. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Shadow attribute. Giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Yeah, you may have struggled with that at some point, and you've freed yourself. You've liberated yourself. For some of you, these shadow attributes, I would say like you definitely have done some shadow work or at some point have done some shadow work and worked on yourself and liberated yourself from these shadow attributes. Sometimes like with giving your willpower to an external authority, there can be so many different ways. That could be religious authority. That can be government authority. That could be your authoritative figures in your home, in your school. Um, you know, you may have dealt with pushback from authoritative figures, and so it was just best to just go with what they say in order to survive the next day. You know, a lot of the things that we do in shadow, when we act in our shadow selves or shadow aspects, is because of survival. And so you learned to overcome those fears and liberate yourself. All right, so we have gambler, light attribute, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Shadow attribute, relying on luck rather than hard work. Ooh, right on top of the Pisces. I love that. I love that. Because, you know, sometimes certain placements might just sit around and wait for things to happen. Like, oh, I know divine source is going to just, you know, yeah, there's things that the universe will do for you. Well, don't get me wrong. But, like, you really think that they're going to do all the work for you? Hell no. Like, you got to put in some work too, guys. And you've learned that. You're aware of that. And you're willing to trust, you trust your intuition highly. Pile number 3. All right, so, bitch, we got the Mystic. How cool is this? I have not seen any of these cards, so, like, I'm just, like, so geeked out. All right, light attribute, rebels in intimate union with the divine. Shadow attribute, delusional rapport with the divine. Oh, man, that is so freaking cool. Take a chance on me. It's so funny. So you took a chance on yourself. You took a chance on your abilities, and they're paying off significantly. Pile 3. All right, and last but not least, we have engineer, light attributes, ability to give creative energy to ability to give creative energy a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. Shadow attribute, reliance on mechanicist. Why can't I say these words all of a sudden? I'm just... Oh, there's a bird by my window. I think they're building a nest by my window. Okay. Shadow attribute, reliance on mechanicist. I'm having such a tongue twister. Let's see. So you can see the word. Read it yourself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry, not sorry. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. All right, solutions without regard for emotional consequences. Okay, so... Okay, so I would say, like, this is kind of giving me, like, Aquarius vibes here. So the, you know... on one aspect, people may have seen you act in a way where, like, you intellectualize certain things and not taken other people's feelings into, like, disregarded other people's feelings. And then, like, on the flip side, though, you may have people have saw you have the ability to find solutions, very practical solutions. So you may be a practical thinker, okay? And you might just maybe really good at finding solutions or, you know, solving problems that other people would have been, like, really, like, struggled with. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, for you, it's, like, it comes so easy and natural to you that you're like, oh, like, hello, like, duh. But you had to build that muscle. You had to build those skills, you know, at some point. Either whether that's through multiple lifetimes, if you believe in reincarnation, or throughout this lifetime. All right, so we're going to get into the T. How do others view you? Caught a case, sexual infection, sexual disease, rash, etc. All right, so some people would definitely view you as someone who may have been very promiscuous. There may even be rumors about you in regards to that, your promiscuity. Okay. We have looking you up, researching you, studying you, getting info. All right. How do others view you as... Okay, well, what thing we had that possessive and obsessive traits with the Taurus and the Scorpio. Some people may have seen you, done deep dive research on certain people in your life, or other people trying to understand you may try to study you. All right, and then we have running. So some of you could be athletes or track stars or into track, but that mutable energy, when it's not in a healthy way, can come off as someone who runs away from situations because they don't want to deal with running away from feelings is an example of that. We did have escapism, so running away definitely would tie in with that. We have love on the brain, dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, nostalgic. All right, so yeah, you're a dreamer. You like to daydream. People view you as someone who's just got their head in the clouds, always reminiscing on the past, or fantasizing. Maybe you guys like to read fictional novels too. I'm just kidding. I don't know, I got that too. Fishing for comments. Okay, so some people would say that you seek validation outside of yourself. All right, back of the deck energy, we have into you, good chemistry, great vibes, and positive. So overall, people think or view your energy as really positive, upbeat, just overall good vibes, All right, so let's move on. We have upright, faith, justice, and trust. Yeah, they know that they can trust your, a lot of people may even trust your intuition or your insight. Your another way that they view you is you're very, for some of you could have a strong faith, a strong, stick to your religious beliefs or your spiritual beliefs, your spiritual practice. Yeah, and they I also feel with the justice here, they know that I would say for some people they see that they can maybe you guys are the type that don't like to see injustice in the world. Okay. We have runaway, danger, captivity, and freedom. Yeah, so that kind of goes along with the whenever you find danger. It's that Pisces energy. What do fish do? They freaking swim away from danger, right? Because they don't have anything to protect themselves with. Their ability to leave a situation before they get in danger, or they sense danger, so you can read the vibe of a room and remove yourself when necessary. You may be the type of person that even avoids conflict. Okay. We have time, forgetfulness, scars, and accumulation. Yeah, so some of you may struggle. I wouldn't be surprised if I got some ADHD people here, but don't have to be. But you may struggle with forgetting things or allowing things to accumulate. With the scars and accumulation, I'm also getting you may run away from certain problems, or at one point did run away from problems. So yeah, there's that. I'm just gonna just stop right there. Then obviously all this stuff may not resonate for all of you, so just keep that in mind, okay? Only some of these things might be, and if if most of it does, cool. If not, it's cool too. With the scars, I would say that we did have that Thief of Hearts song come through. And in the song, she said, "You promise that you'll never leave me from the start. You're a thief of my heart." So some people have definitely saw you go through some heartbreak. You're definitely scarred from love for a lot of you in this group. And on the flip side, you have scarred other people in love. Okay, we have land, growth, fertility, and life. So you have the word fertility twice. So some of you may have had children and they've watched you give birth, or they watched your pregnancy. Okay. And then we have growth. You know, they watched you grow, they watched you mature, they watched you change. Like a lot of those, like, you know, with the shadow aspects, they watched you overcome your shadow, and so you've kind of like, because you took that time to go within, right? So, you know, a lot of people have watched you grow. Pile 3. All right, and then we have energy, abundance, wealth, and freedom. We have freedom here twice. Okay, so I would say a ball of energy. Like, you guys may be very energetic. Don't have to be. You do have that. You know, we do have. Oh, shit. I just realized that Virgo and Pisces are sister signs, and that's opposition. So you dealt with a lot of opposition because we have 2 oppositions here. We got 2 sister signs. We got Taurus and Scorpio, and then we have which is fixed signs, and then we got the mutable signs of opposition of Pisces and Virgo. Okay, so these could also be people or placements, people with those placements that are remembering you, and these are their views of you. So, you know, it can be applied in so many weird, random ways, you know what I'm saying? But you know, you're a very intuitive group, so I don't really need to dive deep into explaining this to you guys. I would say that some of you are a ball of energy. Yeah, or you have spurts of energy. Definitely abundant. Like your energy is abundant. You may attract wealth easily, or people may think that things come to you easily. Back of the deck energy, we have round, consumption, success, and end. Okay, so some people would say that they have saw you complete cycles, or patterns, and put those to an end, and you were successful. I mean, with the consumption, yeah, I feel like it's kind of giving me the addiction vibes. Like, people may have like watched you consume in addictive behavior, and then watch you successfully overcome that. Okay, all right, moving on. We have police station. Okay, so, you know, some people, I don't know, you know. That could be applied in a lot of different ways. You know, maybe you are a cop. I don't know. Maybe you're not. Or maybe you work for law enforcement and people see that. And, you know, some of you, you know, you may have dealt with the law or gotten into trouble with the law at some point. All right, so we have divine feminine. Yeah, didn't I say we had a lot of feminine energy here? That's so funny. We have karmic ties. Ooh, we get scars on top of karmic ties. That's crazy. Yeah, and then on top of that, gambler. And then on top of the Pisces, on top of the Scorpio death card. I said Scorpio death card. It's the death card. Alright, so yeah, you dealt with a lot of karmic lessons in regards to love. Holy moly, we got twin flames. Yeah, if you guys resonate with that, you definitely had dealt with some karmic, nasty relationships. And then we have wish. That's nice. I do see people, people definitely see your ability to get what you want. Or if it's not like for other, okay, so they see you going after what you want, and to them they see it like it just comes so easy to you, but they don't see the hard work that you put in behind the scenes. And then we have goodbye. That runner, you know, that you may have left to people and left their lives, and so that is coming in with that card, in my opinion. Oh, you know what I forgot to show you? Is the back of the deck energy for these decks. And that was the thief. I almost said the thief of heart because of the the thief. Light attribute. Sheds light on potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Bitch. Potential wealth. Yeah, like your energy is very abundant. And like that's why some of these people, like, they wanted to be around you hoping that they would get some of that abundance. But like, it's your energy. It's an energetic thing. They cannot take that away. They can slow it down. They could try to do their best to give you challenges and prevent you moving forward, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, they can't take that away. All right, so shadow attribute, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. You know, stealing money. The first thing that came to my mind was the police station. So you may have like stolen or robbed at some point. Maybe you don't do that no more. You know, I just feel like there is just like a lot of tremendous growth within this group. You know, you've learned some tough or valuable lessons periodically throughout your life. Okay, however that plays out for you. All right, so moving on, we have self-worth expectations. All right, so some of you had to learn expectations is what hurts relationships. But you definitely had to learn your self-worth, especially with these karmic ties that you had dealt with. We have change and courage. Yes, you see she's walking away. Oh shit, she's walking away, and this is the Eight of Cups. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. You gathered the courage and strength to walk away from situations that may have been really difficult for you to do. We have regret and repression. So I would say that a lot of these people that did you dirty definitely have some regrets. I wouldn't be surprised if you have some regrets. Right? But how do people view you? Yeah, definitely they view you as someone who may have regret from like bad choices from the past, because you've grown. On the flip side, you may have repressed emotions, and they can see that. All right, so then we have receive and open. What card was this? Ooh, the Fool. Yeah, and that's that feminine energy, receiving and accepting. They might view you as someone who is open and willing to lend a hand and help others. Then we have karma, balance, and justice. Justice was here like twice, right? Didn't I say something about justice earlier? Yeah, justice right here. Okay. And then we got justice, and then like what else is coming to my mind with justice is the police station. So yeah, you probably dealt with your hand with the law at some point for some of you. But just talks about I would say probably you dealt with you came into this lifetime to restore balance and within your soul journey, and like you had to go through some karmic lessons because what goes around comes around kind of vibes, you know. Back of the deck energy, we do have Mercury, messages, travel, and communication. They might view you as someone who's very communicative, talkative. On the flip side, you know, with the message with the message in the bottle, it's kind of also giving like you may not be. On the flip side, some of you could be like not very talkative, because you don't like small talk. Now, others of you could be just very chatty. Or like another thing that I'm getting with this imagery is with, you know, how the bottle's partially in here, like you show this much of yourself to others, but there's so much more depth within you, and they won't know that until like they actually like sit down and have like a one-on-one with you. Okay. And then the travel, definitely, you know, indications of you moving, you going away, maybe even like going long distances away from people. Maybe you're well versed in travel and you've gone to different locations and stuff. But on the it's also kind of like going along with the movement cards that you had earlier. All right, so that's interesting. The first card we got is space. Yeah, you definitely at one point, I would say, right on top of that, addiction. Now, I'm not saying you did have addiction issues, but there's the strong possibility that some of you in this pile did have some type of strong addiction issues of some kind, trying to fill in a void. And people saw that you're like, there was an emptiness inside you that you were trying to fill in, either through validation from others, seeking approval, seeking substance to help you escape from your reality. You know, apply it to as is. Another thing is like I'm getting, when I think of space too as well, it's empty. Like, you're not saying that you're empty, but I'm getting like you're open to new beginnings and possibilities. It's, you know, how does this book explain space? I think it does talk about like, you know, being mindful of like things that you may want to. I feel like there was something. Hold on, let me see. Here we go. Okay, you may feel alone and like you can get lost here, but it is important to you to remember that you can fill in this space. What is it that you are looking for in life? Looking to fill your life with? Is it certain types of people, a new project? How can you take action towards your goal? The void is only a temporary space and it's ready to be filled. Yeah, that part was the part that I was trying to get with. Like the a space that's ready to be filled, and what I was getting with that with this when I was looking at this was the Fool card, you know, new, open to new experiences, new possibilities. All right, so moving on, we have faith. Definitely, I mean, come on, you guys are spiritual or religious, however it fits for you. All right, we have determination. Love it. Love it. All right, look at that beautiful yellow. They call me mellow yellow. That's right. Some of you may be down to earth, or people will call you down to earth. With these mountains here, though, I want to say that with the mountains here, that I feel like people definitely saw you, and with the sun on top of it illuminating over this mountain, it's giving me the vibe that you guys definitely have overcome some major challenges and major obstacles, and you cleared out a lot of your karma, I would say. All right, and then we have movement. Oh my goodness, movement. You don't like to sit still for a long time, or you don't like to just stay in one place because you know that it reaches you reach stagnancy. Okay. And then we have frustration. People definitely view you, you know, maybe you're a type of person that gets irritated very easily. You know, I'm getting that. Definitely, like, earth signs do that. I'm not saying that any sign can get frustrated, obviously, but, like, earth signs are, like, the most minor inconvenience. I have fire signs, too, for sure. But, like, earth signs, it's, like, they get, you know, they have, like, a routine going. You know, this can even be applied to, like, fixed signs. But, like, you mess up a routine that an earth placement got going on, because everything's so practical and it's so like in its place, and everything is like that for a reason, because everything will just, if you interrupt that, it fucks the routine up, you know what I'm saying? And so like they see like you get irritated or frustrated pretty easily. Back of the deck energy, look at this beautiful, look at this illumination. You have come into people's lives and have awakened people. You have shined light on other people's shadows. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody's like, hey, thank you, Pile 3. You're so, thank you for, like, telling me how much of a shitty person I am. Now I can be a better person. No, it don't work like that. Unfortunately, you know, you may have dealt with some setbacks. Yeah, you know, some jerks, you know, acting out on their shadow. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe you were the type of person that, you know, like you saw through certain behaviors and you're like, hey, I see that you do this, and, you know, it could be because of this, or like you may ask, you know, talk to them, and then like they get all pissy, or your energy, definitely, shines a little too bright and makes them have to see their shadows, and that really irks them. Yeah. So let's move on to the next, because we're almost done. Don't worry, we're almost done. If you're getting tired, we have 2 more decks. All right. So we have flexibility. The octopus is definitely giving me mutable vibes, because the octopus definitely is good at camouflaging with its background and its ability to go into any shape. Honestly, like, those things, like, I seen a video where this gigantic ass octopus was trying to escape, that's so funny, I'm talking about an octopus escaping a boat, And we had escapism here periodically throughout the reading. I'm not one to believe in coincidences, but I wasn't trying to do that on purpose. But like, in this big ass boat, there was this gigantic ass fucking octopus. I said big ass boat. I mean, I guess it was a big boat. I don't know. It was like a fisherman boat, and they caught a gigantic ass octopus, and this motherfucker. They're so intelligent. You know, you guys are so smart. But with that aside, what I'm getting to, this like octopus went through like a hole like this small. Maybe I'm being a little exaggerating, but like we're like a hole like that big, and this thing was so freaking enormous, and he fit through it. I don't know if y'all saw this video, but like, holy moly, dude, that shit was so like, what the fuck? I didn't know an octopus can do all that. I feel like you guys give that vibe to other people. Like, I didn't know that Pile 3 could do that. Holy shit, Pile 3, like, you just kind of like, you blow people's minds away. For sure. And I would say that you guys also adapt easily to situations and blend in. Very highly intelligent people. Okay. Flexibility, adapt, slowing by using versatility. Versatility. Compromise, adaptation, change. Be flexible in your methods. And I think that's pretty cool with it being on top of the space card. Like, you have to have wiggle room to, like, you can't be too rigid in your way of thinking or in your way of being, in your way of believing, because you're kind of closing yourself off and you're aware of that. Okay. We have transformation. Got that shit twice with that Scorpio card. Why do I keep saying Scorpio card? I know that it represents Scorpio, but it was the death card. All right, transformation. Change is the natural order of things. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Like, come on, guys. Like, we had that Pisces energy. You definitely like to get into the unknown stuff. You know, you like to bring, you know, maybe with that practical mindset, you try to bring solutions or understanding of what you can't understand and the things that we can't see. You may be the type of person that like wants to know why. But it doesn't have to be. But they definitely view you as someone who's definitely transformed and changed significantly since they've known you, while they've known you, you know. Alright, so we have opportunity, new job opportunities, change of the workplace or business trip. Change is coming just in time. Okay. You're one... Wait, isn't this on top of the... Oh, it's... Okay. Alright. When you're faced with adversity, you take it as an opportunity that this is going to help you better yourself, change yourself in some positive way, shape, or form. People also see that you're willing to take... You get opportunities very often. Another way of seeing this as well is that you're one to go after opportunities. Okay. All right, we have fertility. So some of you definitely saw you. If you're a woman, you definitely, if you're a mom, they've watched you throughout your pregnancy. For sure. Fertility. It's time to think about family, life, and children. Don't sacrifice family for career. I mean, this is technically a career deck, but you could apply the message to many different aspects. See, like, look at that. You're like, you're very open-minded. But your ability to grow and start something new. Birth doesn't always have to be an actual literal birth. It can be you birthing a new idea, you birthing a new creative project. Yeah. Okay. So then we have many choices. Opportunities around when you are in a dilemma. All roads lead to Rome. Okay. Look at all your options. Okay, so yeah, definitely I would say that a lot of you may have had a lot of options in love, options in friendships. You might have lots of choices because you're so well rounded. Your ability to because of your ability to adapt provides you many options and choices. You may like variety. Okay. And then back of the deck energy, we have bright ideas. Have an innovative new inspiration, test new ideas, and break out fast. Take action on your ideas. Yeah, with that Fool card, you get inspiration and or like I wouldn't be surprised if you have that one clear. What is it? I always forget the clears. I know clear sentience is clear feeling. Clear cognitism, is that what it is? Where you get like you just get ideas or you just know information and like you don't know where you get it from. That's a possibility for you in this group. Like you just have like it's kind of giving me Aries energy where you just know when to act, you know when to go, and you act on those instincts, and they always work out for you in one way, shape, or form. Even if it's a setback or what you might view as a setback, it's actually your soul knows exactly what it's doing. It's doing what, so in this case, if it's a setback, like, or in that moment, it's causing chaos, but that chaos is causing you to provide that discomfort so that you can lead yourself to change, to transform, because if we're in our comfort, it's almost giving me like organized chaos. Yeah. Because with all this earth, with the earth energy, it's just like in the practicality mindset for some of you, you're good at, you're pretty calm within the chaos. You may have grown up in chaotic environments and just learned to adapt. And you're just really good at like finding organization or creating a safe space within chaos or chaotic situations. All right, and last but not least, going on to the last deck. Okay, we have card number 22, the Sea Maiden, Promises. Yeah, that Thief of Hearts song's coming back to my mind with the Promises. I did say that the one line she says, you promise that you'll never leave me from the start. You broke my heart, you're a thief of hearts. I'm butchering the lyrics. You promise that you'll never leave me from the start. You're a thief of my heart. Okay, so yeah, definitely. People have made promises to you and broke them, and on the flip side, people also have trusted you. Yeah, look at this. You may be the type of person where you harbor people's secrets because you like people may like tell you things, and you don't use those against them. You know what I'm saying? Like even if they done you dirty, because like that speaks up on like your character more than it. I'm sorry. Them doing you dirty speaks volumes more about them than it does about you. And you are not going to be a type of person that even though you harbor all these gems of secrets about people, you refuse to do what other people and use it against them or, hold it against them in any way, shape, or form. So I wouldn't be surprised if you provide a safe space for people to talk about their problems and share and get things off their chest. And like, so you have like this collection of secrets and you promise, you stick to your promises for the most part and you don't make promises you don't intend to keep. That's what I'm getting with this pile. Now on the flip side, for some of you, you broke your promises at some point. We did have, I am putting this on top of the addiction card. Some of you may have made broken promises because of addictions, Apply it to how it is, So, just like some of these people are scorned lovers, honestly. But there's so many different types of people that are coming through in this reading. Like, I think in pile 2, there was just like a lot of like ex-lovers, ex-partners that came through. They're like, I feel like that there is ex-lovers here. Obviously with the karmic lessons, but karmic lessons don't have to be romantic. We did have the twin flame, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like karmic lessons could be friendships, family members, your authoritative figures, it could be anybody, and honestly, but yeah. So like you're on the flip side, you may have broken promises to other people. All right. So then we have Sleeping Beauty. Card number 32, Awakening. You definitely awoken up your abilities. You definitely stepped into your abilities. Or you are in the path of doing that. Everybody's journey is different, so apply it as it is. And I want to say that you definitely awoken other people. Like I said, with that illumination card, that back of the deck illumination card, you definitely shined light, and you were the catalytic, um, what's the word I want to, like, how do I want to say that? Like, you're the one that led people into awakening. So if you broke hearts, you've taught other people the lesson of self-worth. And then on the flip side, you've awakened to your true inner ability. Look at the thorns that are around her and even on her head. There may have been restrictions or just some stuff that you had to clear away. And then with that being right on top of the Eight of Cups, I mean, it just kind of like ties in more with that message of like, you had to clear that stuff away and, and walk away from things. And she's even crying. There's things that you had to walk away from that you had such an attachment to, but it was so unhealthy for you that you had no choice but to walk away. All right, so we have Goldilocks, card number 10, entitlement. So some people may view that you're entitled, or I think you're entitled. Just keep in mind that these are other people's opinions. With that card number 10, there was these cycles of lessons that you had to work through. So karmic lessons that you've overcome. When I also think about like Goldilocks, like also learning about yourself, like you're not here to prove anybody wrong about their opinion of you. Their opinion is valid to however they view, it is what it is. But you're not meant to like, oh, but I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Like, I could prove to you I'm a better person. Like, you don't need to do all that. They have their views and they're set in their ways and they have their own things that they need to work on. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it was giving me the vibe of, like, you know how, like, Goldilocks goes to, like, oh, this part is too hot and then this one's too cold, but this one's just right. So she obviously had to contaminate the first two. She had to fuck up the first two bowls by eating out of them to find out that they weren't right for her. Okay? That's my gist that I'm getting with this. So you may have hurt other people, but you needed to, in order to learn more about yourself and better understand yourself. And on the flip side, you're also teaching them a lesson as well. So, Spirit allowed certain things to happen because both parties, whether this is a relationship or a group of people that you dealt with, that needed to learn a lesson within the situation. So you both learned something here. So it's not like just one-sided, okay? So you may have left your, bad taste in their mouth, in certain people's mouths. And, it is what it is. You can't be everybody's cup of tea, right? All right. So then we have card number 9, Cinderella. Magic. Do you believe in magic? In a young girl's heart, how the music is playing whenever it starts and it's magic. Alright, sorry. That's what I that was so random. I love that. Yeah, do you believe in magic? That was the line. I just went a little bit longer. Like, my brain wanted to finish the sentence. But do you believe in magic? Your ability to, that glass slipper, then turn those mice into, the horses and the carriage and all that stuff. Oh. Yeah, I'm not even gonna, like, elaborate even further on that. Like, come on. Yeah, you definitely I would say this group definitely has tapped into their spirituality of some kind, or, more into their religious beliefs, or leans towards that. That could be your pillar of strength when you need help or guidance, when you're feeling alone or unable to, deal with life's issues that you're dealing with. But you definitely believe in magic. You're definitely a magical person, and you bring magic into this world. So people do see that you're a very magical person and your ability. I would say also your beauty is timeless with that clock. Like, I'm getting Capricorn vibes. Capricorns are known to be able to manipulate time. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, they age like fine wine, basically. So, yeah, I would say some of you have timeless beauty. All right. And then last but not least, we have Rapunzel. Card number 2, liberation. Your hair. Okay, remember I brought up in the beginning, like, the you standing out and being unique. And I used my red hair as an example from where I grew up, and it made me stand out. Now, some of you may have very long, beautiful hair. Others of you, it could be any, like, we have all hair colors here. I wouldn't be surprised if you may even, like, dye your hair colorful colors. You use your hair to express yourself, um, for sure. But liberation is the key word, and you've liberated yourself from the tower. You know, like you were caged up in some way, shape, or form, or you caged yourself, or was brought. It's kind of interesting. I mean, now I'm hearing that song. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. I feel like you've liberated yourself. You've eased your, we did have that frustration card, and it is on top of the Rapunzel card is on top of the frustration card. And like, despite all that rage, I'm still a rat in a cage. You may have like dealt with a lot of anger, and that has like held you back, and you've liberated yourself of that anger. And, anger is also a secondary emotion of like tolerating bullshit or being disrespected in some way, shape, or form. So, you've learned how to communicate those in a better or a healthier way. Because wasn't communication here too? I mean, didn't, no, it's not here. Oh yeah, the communication card was back of the deck energy. So you may have learned how to communicate better over the years. Okay, and then back of the deck energy, we have card number 39, the Wood Maiden Trust. That's funny. She's got a goat in her hand. And I was talking about Capricorn. So I'm going to say Capricorn. You may have some Capricorn. There's some Earth. Definitely some Earth placements here. You don't have to be. But, the Capricorns definitely love to, they love challenges. They accept them. Aries is like, I would say this like the same way in that aspect. Even though I think those energies can't stand each other, or like I think they square off each other. I could be wrong though. But there's one thing that they do have in common, and that's like they take challenges head on. But people see that you're a trustworthy person. When they view you, they know that they can trust you. I'm getting down to earth vibes, honestly. People may say that you're down to earth, for sure. But this is what I have for you, pile number 3. Of course, let me know how it resonates down below. And you guys have a blessed, wonderful day. And I hope I see you guys in the next video. Bye.